Hey guys, welcome to all podcasts.
Hello.
This is our ReRoll podcast. This is where we discuss generally Dungeons and Dragons topics and a whole bunch of other things, and a Q&A between the players and the dungeon master of our games. And if the audience has anything to say or ask, please do so. Oh God, sorry, coronavirus is making me sleepy.
Well, we're already topical.
All right. We have to have the topics. How else are we going to be topical without the topics? So, who do we have here on chat? Reading off the top of the list here on our Screaming Hole. Hi, guys. I'm Jesus. I am the Dungeon Master for the Hogwarts Prep game and our Sacred World game. Hogwarts Prep could be viewed here on Wednesdays and Sacred World on Fridays. Hello. The blue text, I can never see blue text on my end. Going down the list, we have a Jeremiah.
And it's me. Hello, my name is Jeremiah, and I am not a DM because I am a loser. And
What?
I
No,
play.
no,
But I
that's
do-
not true. That's not
Shut
even
up.
true.
I am doing my introduction, okay? But I do play D&Ds on every other Mondays, Wednesdays. Every other Mondays as Murderai the Samurai. Wednesdays as Leon, and on Friday, I totally forgot my train of thought. And on Friday, as Ragnar, the dwarf artificer.
Yeah,
Fucking told you he would have the longest intro out of everyone.
I think so.
Oh,
I think
former Carabao.
so.
Wow.
Wow. Had to bring it up already. Going further down on our Screaming Hole line, we have Lee. Lee, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Lee. I play Bones on the Wednesday game with Hogwarts Prep. And I'm also not a DM because I'm a loser, but I think
Fucking
that
God.
that just goes without saying.
I started something.
God dang it.
I'm
Gosh.
happy to be here.
Yay, Lee. Oh, you guys aren't losers. You guys just are so cool. You get to play multiple D&D games, or at least just a D&D. Aha. Going further down the hole is a Lynn.
Hey y'all, I'm Lynn, and I play Grayson. He's our human wizard in the Horde of the Dragon Queen campaign on every other Monday, and I'm also not a DM because I value my sanity.
I think
Guess
that
that
was
kinda
a
makes sense. That was
shots
better.
fired, though.
Wow.
It is better.
And going further down on our hole into the bottomness of the abyss, we have I was going to say a Neff, a Jess.
I mean, it's fine. Either way. Hi! I am Jess. I play Neff, the Hufflepuff Barbarian, in the Harry Potter Wednesday game. I am not a DM because who needs that? But also because I'm also just not good enough.
Oh my god,
Uh,
all this negativity, I just need you to not, all of you.
I'm feeling really attacked right now.
Exactly,
honestly.
same.
Are we lying though?
but yeah, I'm super excited about tonight. It'll be fun.
Only on the thing that just Lynn said, there has been date nights where I'm like, hey, I need like 2 hours to write for this game. Like, it's date night. Like, I know. I need to write some shit. I'll wait until you go to bed. I'll write shit. Hey, but at the bottomest of the bottom of our Screaming Hole, we
Sitting
have...
at the bottom of the barrel with all the crud, it's me.
What?
Yes, I'm the bottom of the barrel. This is as far as we go, guys. Hi, I'm Vic, and I play on Friday in Sacred World as Wes, the Human Barbarian Warlock, and on
Yeah.
Mondays I DM Horde of the Dragon Queen because I'm cool like that.
Yeah, that's the best part
Yes,
is
you
playing
are.
in
And I obviously love pain and suffering.
Masochism is, I think, most DM's number one trait.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. And we might have other people come in from our other games, just depending on how their life schedule is. But yeah. So Our topic of conversation is going to be about character death. Um, and I have a quote unquote laundry list of things that we could discuss. But before we do, let's open the floor to any questions that our players have or our DMs have to them about any set game. And let's start with our. Let's change it up a little bit instead of starting with Horde of the Dragon Queen. Let's start with Hogwarts Prep. What up, guys?
What up?
What up?
Hello.
Do you guys have anything that you've been wanting to ask the DM?
I mean,
Yes.
Where's Ferris?
I mean, you guys,
Uh-oh.
you guys kinda already
boy.
know where he is.
damn.
So many.
I have an important question.
Okay.
How can we get up to the tower?
You guys are doing a very good job right now getting up to the tower. I will say that through some of our chats, like, yes, you are on a time limit. If you don't get to the end of the tower before nightfall, the Mother of Serpents will wake up and will go to feed, as forewarned.
And will
Uh,
murder our faces.
People
Nom, nom, nom.
are expending resources pretty casually. I mean, I think our general ness was like 5:30, and it is close to 3. You have beaten the plant, earth, and water portion. Or no, you're in the water portion, so you're a little bit under below.
Yo,
So you guys gotta take a
Leon
breath.
just wants fairies all around him. Okay.
I mean, that's fine. You can do whatever you want, bro. Whatever you
I
want.
have a question for the DM.
Yes. What up?
So because we've lost a couple characters in our campaign,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really sad for the group, I think. But how frustrating is it for a DM to lose? Because I know you guys work so hard to have elements of everybody's backstory in, and there's like a whole piece of the story that just stops. How frustrating is that?
It's. I don't know if I could say frustrating. I think it's just sad. Like I feel that we lost a friend, right? That
Yeah.
the as odd as that sounds, it doesn't frustrate me as more as it like I feel it's a terrible inconvenience for our friend. That's like when any of the characters pass, it just feels like the immediate reaction is like, man, you have a lot of homework to do by next week. And then like other thoughts like, oh man, you spent $20 on a mini, or like you just spent an entire half a year coordinating your dice to be this one color. Now all of a sudden you have to change it. Like if we were playing non-live games, I feel that it would be a little bit like less pressure on the players, just because you guys can I have Tadpole, have you spent $60 on art and stuff for your session and then they died? Holy crap, that sucks. I'm so sorry, Tadpole. That's press F.
Whole F in chat.
Press F. By the way, that's probably gonna be the name of the episode. Press F.
Press F.
Press F in chat. No, it's just that I feel also like more burden on like our artists that and like, sorry, can you draw another one, like that type of a thing. And then like it's not terribly frustrating for like me when I had to do the intro. It's that's like a day's worth of work, but it's not. I don't feel it as a frustrating thing. I don't know. It's just overall sadness, I guess. I don't know. What about
That
the other DMs in the room?
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I was just wondering.
Yeah.
There's also the mention of having additional pressure because we play live as well.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing that like I don't know. Someone can just be blunt about it and be like, "Well, you signed up for it. Like you chose to be live." But it's
I think
I don't think it takes away from the fun of the game
no,
for us.
I think my take on it is basically we all know. I mean, as blunt as I could say it, we all know what we're signing up for when we're getting into a game like Dungeons and Dragons. You're going to be faced with challenges as a character, and you are having to work with the possibility that your character might unfortunately die at some point, and it's outside of your control. And it's a thing that sucks, but it happens, and that's just something that we have to roll with.
Yeah, it's kind of a
Yeah, it happens. It's just sometimes too, like with our live games, it's a little bit added pressure, especially like most of us that do role play a lot and have voices and have all these actions. It's like, well, now I have to change all this.
It's like I have to be an entirely new person now.
yeah. That's also the thing. It's
how's
like
that working for you, Jeremiah?
getting into character. Like I usually I because I've always had this thought of you always have a couple of games to play your guy or your gal. Like I don't know. Let's say your person falls unfortunately, and now you're making this half-orc monk. And you thought it was gonna be cool to be a brute and like always be the one that rushes into combat, and then you absolutely hate it. You just cannot get your mind under that world. And like 3 games in, you're like, dude, I can't. I hate this guy. Like, so like I think the DM being lenient enough to give them, especially like home games, a little bit more leniency would be cool. But giving them the leniency of like, I don't like this. Can next game be a transition between as the example, my half-orc monk and like my halfling rogue, but also not to always stay in your comfort zone would be nice. I know that
that's the thing.
My rule is when the new campaign starts, you cannot be the same class nor same race as something you've been in the previous campaign.
I'm so excited for that.
It's just
really?
it helps
no
you.
idea. I'm so excited.
It just
I'm
helps
very
you. Like for Hogwarts prep, it's kind of humans are kind of like the main thing. I understand that, but for other for like general D&D-ness, there's just so much to do.
I actually have a question about Hogwarts prep.
What
It's not. I mean, it's not related to character death, but
No.
in the sense of
Like
just
we
swapping-
should talk about like just the games in general a little bit before we jump into the main topic. Yeah. So what's up? No, don't feel bad.
I think it was a question I was gonna have, and I think it was a question I was gonna have for you in the in the possibility that maybe someday, I'll show up as a one-time character in Hogwarts prep. Just to say I did it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Say that I did it. What are your okay? So when it comes to races in Hogwarts prep, I mean, obviously everybody's has to be predominantly human. So what would you take for races that are within the Harry Potter world? Like I know you have Jericho and Neff, who are basically werewolf shifters. So what would you classify for like somebody like a character who's like a Vila or something?
Vila would just be an elf. So you have the choice to be a Vila, and
cool.
Like any race that is in the book, you have that option. You can be a goblin, you can be a centaur, you can be, and I believe half villas are a thing.
Hey Jesus, can I be a centaur?
Ooh.
Yes, you can.
Technically, they are in the Harry Potter world.
They are technically.
Wow.
You would be hated and called a half-breed, and everybody's going to be scared of you because...
I want to be a Nargle.
Yes.
Quickly Google what that is.
A Nargle is basically
Nargle.
pineapple.
It's pineapple.
And yeah. Dude, bro, like, I have too many freaking terminologies.
I want to be a ghost.
Yes, please.
Alrighty then. How am I supposed
You
to
could be
die?
nearly headless Vic.
The thing that I'm sighing is that technically I have stats for that.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, so you can be pretty much anything you want, and like you don't have to be magical, and like we kind of like Animagus, we kind of just do druid, but if you want to be like a traditional pure Animagus and only have one shape shifting thing, then we can discuss that at how that is for our chat. I was discussing
Shifter,
asking that.
maybe?
Yeah, either shifter or changeling, I would say.
Like because if I understand correctly, Animagus can only shapeshift into one specific animal.
Yeah, to one specific.
Fair. Yeah.
So like the easy solution is just say you're a druid and that you have an animal, but you are so dedicated or learning enough that you can do other things. And like we've had a druid in our game, and because she was an Animagus and wasn't registered, the ministry had to take her. Like the player couldn't make it anymore, so like that was an easy excuse for us. But like for our Harry Potter like game, on two things. One, you don't have to be a magic user. We've had a monk who's just this guy was so in tune with his body, he can do these amazing things and keep up to pace with these magic users. You can be a thief. You don't have to know how to use magic to just be really good at stabbing people and stealing from them. And even
sure
things,
Mage hand everything.
yeah, and even things like Neff the Barbarian. Technically, according to our game and our canon, every time she rages, she is quote unquote casting a spell on herself. And she's done it so many times that she doesn't even need to use her wand anymore. And Neff does know how to cast Expelliarmus. She trained to cast that spell. A thing that I'm also doing is an idea was that instead of giving people magic items, I also give them spells. So classes that would normally not be able to cast spells because of the Harry Potter world, and technically every single person in our table has a wand as their arcane focus. Like maybe I don't know, mage hand. Like let's say that there's a magic item equivalent to a mage hand, and like okay, cool. Well, it has this many charges a day. Well, I'm just going to say Neff has it in her wand. She's learning how to cast it. So RP wise, she's using her wand to cast a spell, but mechanically, she's using the limitations of the magical item.
I can also cast my Patronus.
Oh yeah, you also did Patronus. Yeah, you know your Patronus, which is one of the three options in protection from good and evil.
I have a headcanon that technically for barbarians, they just ate their wand, and so now the wand is their muscles.
That is awesome.
I am the one.
I'm not against it.
I am the
I am
wand.
not against it.
It's just a part of me.
I mean, yeah, technically.
So when Neff casts a spell, she just flexes, and it's like Expelliarmus.
I am the magic item.
Yeah.
I kind of like this. I
Nice.
kind of want to RP this now.
Don't eat your wand, Neff.
It's screaming, right? Screaming is a cast.
Do not
Look,
eat your wand. God
look.
dang it.
Things you need to know about me: I eat my wand and I shit the bed.
South by's a couple of weeks away. This is getting scary.
But yeah, talking about races in the Harry Potter world.
Yes.
Basically, Leon, like technically speaking, with race, Leon is a Kalashtar Ranger,
Yes.
but he is being role played in the Harry Potter group as a wizard-born human,
Mm-hmm.
because Kalashtar is basically kind of humans. They're closer to humans than
Clash,
anything
like
else.
the technically, because we have to translate a lot of things. I would say that Dumbledore would be a Clash Star in the
Yeah.
because they innately have the telepathic communication.
Yeah, that's
Same thing with
that's
Grindelwald.
that's like the little thing with Leon, that he can telepathically commune with a creature who
Mhm.
knows a language. And basically Dumbledore is a Kalashtar.
Yeah, and like I think translating 100% to Dungeons and Dragons, and at least from 3.5 and on, every single person, every non-Muggle and non-Squib in the Harry Potter world is essentially a sorcerer by definition. You're born with the ability to cast magic. Wizards train their entire life to cast magic, but in Harry Potter, it doesn't matter how hard or how focused I am, and even if I'm way more intelligent than the next wizard, I can never cast a spell because I wasn't born with the ability to cast spells. So by pure definition, every single person is a sorcerer. And that's why when we like RP, I thought of the idea like, well, they're wizard born or they're witch born. Like they're human who is witch born. So like they have the human stats, but in quote unquote Harry Potter, they're wizards. So like you can almost any single race, even if you wanted to just go like pure rogue, but like, oh, I want to be from Gryffindor, but I want to be like an assassin rogue. Yeah, we can work with that. You can use your wand to pinpoint exactly what the weak point in that person is to sneak attack them. And, like, it just glows or some shit like that. Or, like, wow, you rolled an amazing acrobatics. You casted a charm on yourself, so the next couple of seconds you are extra tumbly. I don't know. There's a million things you can BS with it because JK is not good with, what we call it? A permanent like definition. What am I trying to say? There's a lot of loopholes and a lot of things that get overlooked. So it's easy for us to just like, well, let's just say this one for now. But what about Sacred World? Do you guys have any questions at the moment?
Any questions on character death, you mean?
I don't. Well, just how the game has gone. We can get into unless we like want to just jump into the topic. But like anything that has happened in the last 2 weeks that you want more clarification on, or like let's talk about that full-blooded orc. What's up with him? Or anything?
Yeah, we got a whole orc mafia going on. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Well, there was an orc who worked with an organization.
All I saw was a full-blooded orc in a snazzy zoot suit with a hat, and he was probably wearing spats, so I was like, orc mafia.
Yes, he's on the mafia. Definitely on the mafia.
His last name is Graretto, so that's an Italian name.
I don't know. Do we have any questions about our campaign so far?
I mean, we could just jump into gas. Yes,
the
what's
boat.
up?
What the fuck's under the boat?
I have
I don't know.
Well,
you guys look for it. Jeremiah knows.
I know.
Wes is about to point a whole ass cannon under the boat just to find it.
How about we don't do that, or we're gonna sink the boat?
According
and
to
Fox will
Wes,
get pissier.
look. According to Wes, the fastest route between 2 points is directly down.
No.
Yes.
Don't.
I can see you guys using up all your cannons. Wes picks up the like using all your
Don't let
cannonballs.
Wes use the
Picks up the
cannons.
cannonball. I mean the cannon itself, and just throw it overboard.
I mean,
Wes is gonna just straight up chuck the cannon.
Neff totally agrees with you.
Yeah, Neff's with me on this.
I have my theories, but I won't know for certain probably until Friday comes. But if it's what I think it is, I'm scared.
That'll be fine.
It's fine.
I'll be fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. Anyway, my
Please
question
put my
is-
knife down.
Yes, Jeremiah.
My question is, we've been to in Croatia. We've
Mhm.
been like the party's been to like the orphanage and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's a statue of
Oh my
Yarabal
god.
there.
Oh no. Oh, no.
Jeremiah, please.
First question:
Yes.
is he made out of students, dude?
God
The
damn
statue
it, Jeremiah.
Is not made out of student soon.
Second question is, what does he look like? What's his position?
It just looks
His
like
posi- wait, are we suddenly back on Saturday's topic? What's his position? What?
What?
I don't know. I will say it's up to the artist who wants to draw that.
Like, what is he just
He's like
standing?
I don't know,
made of
Jeremiah.
marble, like,
Why don't you draw
perpetually
it?
Dabbing. That's what I
perpetually dabbing.
That's what I said. Like, is he dabbing?
I don't know, Jeremiah. Why don't you draw it? Whoever draws it first, that is canon.
Mark.
I don't
Sorry.
have my sketchbook is downstairs. I'll do that.
My sketchbook's on the coffee table. I don't feel like reaching for it.
Okay, yeah, but that's really my question. I do know what's under the boat on Friday, but
It's
yeah.
just
Can't say anything about it.
okay.
Good for you.
I can
can't
tell you
say
guys if you
anything.
really want to.
Just don't burn the boat.
I was afraid it was going to be something like
Yes.
The boat's already on fire.
me, West, personally. Me projecting through West. I mean, I'm going to say that whatever's under the boat is probably not as bad as what West thinks it could be. Because with how Vic, the player, saw Jeremiah reacting when he was secretly whispered what was under the boat, my mind immediately went to the worst of places, and I went, no. Please, God, no.
It's not gonna be as bad as you guys think. I guarantee you. that.
I know that's what I think that's gonna be West's reasoning. So when the were sharks started jumping up on board, I was like, oh, this isn't bad. This isn't terrible. I thought it was gonna be something that was.
Oh yeah, were sharks are not
absolutely-
terrible at all. No.
No, it's not. It's pretty casual, man.
No, it's fine. It's fine. They're just were sharks
just
and
dragon
Ragnar
just
in the water.
It's just his morning warm up. It's fine.
Ragnar is just in the water on his own.
Hey,
You have a cloak.
you made a
now,
cloak
so
of
that's
manta
good.
ray
Yes,
because
Yes.
that was like
your third eye opened for like half a second, and you're like,
Yeah,
I
I
need
was
to make this
looking at
cloak right
the-
now.
there's some magical items I can replicate.
Mhm.
We're going on a boat. What can help me on water?
Yeah, pretty
Okay,
much.
Ragnar gets to keep the brain cell for like a week.
but if there is a highlight from Friday's stream that I want to bring up,
Yes.
it was that little zone of truth that happened.
That
The
was
zone of truth
so
was
stellar.
amazing.
When the caster fails his own goddamn zone of truth, just yes.
I do want to point out where I forgot who it was, but one of the characters was like, I don't trust this guy. Like he
Ariel.
I'm
no-
guaranteeing
was
it was
it?
Ariel
Okay,
the whole
okay.
time.
I was like, he told nothing but the truth. He could not lie.
It was literally Ariel the whole time, who's always like, I don't trust.
I love how Ariel passed his saves and he still told.
He's an angel. He's very good. He's a good boy.
He's a good boy. He's a
He's
good
a
boy.
good boy.
I don't
West
think it
tells nothing
suits
but the
Ariel.
truth, whether you
Yeah.
like it or not.
I was gonna say I don't think it suits Ariel in any favor to lie. I
Yeah, if
think that
Ariel ever lies, I think West will be like,
For shame.
he
Head
would
just
he would know who to
explodes.
trust. He wouldn't know who to trust in
it's
that
like
moment.
his world, he would just have an aneurysm. I don't know what happened.
Just
I can't do
falls
it.
over dead. Okay, hand me your character sheet.
Yeah.
Okay, but like, just the idea of now
Just over here, like I can't fucking fix that.
this character has basically instilled in the minds of all the players of y'all don't know who.
Wait, what was the last thing you cut out?
Basically, this NPC put it into the minds of the characters of y'all aren't treating each other.
West will remember that.
Yeah, it was being a cleric as intelligent that this one was, and how like I just when I rolled his stats, he just like, oh wow, you have high wisdom and high intelligence. Okay, it was just like, and being an individual who travels a lot, like Farlagon is his
Yeah.
deity, so I had to place in like he's traveled, he like. Like as an like you know how some people like go to Mecca for like the pilgrimage.
Yeah.
Pilgrimage is his worship. He can't stay in a city for terribly long. He came, did a job, and he's leaving the next day. Like this guy needs to be on the road, so he's met numerous people. So he has to know how to read individuals. Like there was
Pretty much.
and
Makes
and
sense.
it was like, wait a minute, you're an angel, like for realsies. You shouldn't be asking me for help. Like this should be beyond. You're beyond me. Like you're more powerful than I am. So why are you asking me for something that you can do?
Yeah. Whereas it was an interesting. I'm kind
Yeah,
of sad
thanks,
Colton's
Wes.
not on here because I find it interesting now knowing about. Well, I can't remember if it was us as players knowing or it was just the thing that was mentioned, which was Ariel's circle. I guess he's from his angel circle.
I also want to if he was here I have like two questions I kind of wanted to ask him, but we'll hopefully if he joins. It was because when you guys like were on the like, hey, yo, why didn't you? Because Ariel and Oria had a conversation. Like they're like,
Yes.
we shouldn't do this.
Conversation.
Secret conversations. Like we shouldn't do this now because we don't want to. We don't know who she is. We don't know if she's gonna bring bad things. Like you guys were playing it smart.
Yes.
And then when Orc Death and Wes were like, wait a minute, why didn't you tell us you could do that? Instead of answering, Ariel just left the room and kept walking.
Yeah, that looked bad to West. Just full
So, like,
disclosure.
what was going on in Ariel's head as that happened? I'm very curious.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, I guess I would compare it to in the moment when West had failed his check for the Zone of Truth, and West realizing, oh, I can either tell the truth or I can just say nothing at all, and it just kind of, I guess, in that moment was the same way. Either tell the truth or say nothing at all. And so Ariel chose to say nothing at all, but that's West's understanding of the moment.
Yeah, I was thinking like maybe it was one of those things where like this conversation isn't worth it. I had my reasons and like I just
He doesn't have to
it's not
explain himself.
yeah it's not worth it to
Yeah,
get
it's
into
like,
a fight with
I
my
don't owe you.
friends.
He's like, I don't owe you, boo.
Yeah.
But then he goes off and he's like, I don't trust the tiefling.
That's just Ariel.
Yeah, true.
He literally when we went into the basement. Remember, he was literally the same way when we went into the basement to meet that big motherfucker.
Oh shit.
And now
Does Ariel not trust tieflings? Do you think Ariel doesn't like tieflings?
I'm starting to believe that, yes.
Wow. I mean, 2 for 2.
I mean, I don't. And West is like, okay, I can understand you being hesitant because the first one was very big and very scary looking. But look at this one. He's like 50 pounds soaking wet. Why?
The first one was an asshole who threw a bottle at his face. So, like, I get it.
Yeah, like, I get it, man. Like, I get it. Like, we all got boundaries.
But this one.
But he's like, this one's like 12 years old and weighs 50 pounds. What's wrong?
I mean, you're not. I think I made him like 20, like 15 to 20 was like my thought, but he's fairly young.
From West's eyes, this is a very small child.
West is not wrong.
It's like, you are very tiny and I could probably snap you in half. You is baby.
You is baba.
You is baby.
You is baba. Oh yeah. But
No, I was gonna say, and adding on, I love how our running thing, whether it is Sacred World, I don't know if the Harry Potter group does this. Sacred World and Court of the Dragon Queen, I know our group's really bad about it. We don't ask people their names.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, because I actually noticed that.
Next game, do you guys want to ask this next lady's name? Do you want to do it?
I don't think Fox
No.
cares. Thank you, Lynn. If you guys notice, the tiefling asked for everybody's name specifically, and then nobody asked him for his name.
Yeah, I felt kind of shitty about that. I was like, oh fuck, I forgot to ask him his name.
Yeah, well.
And I think West was like,
don't know
kind of like freaked out about the spell.
Yeah.
Wes was a little freaked out by that spell. He's like, "Oh fuck, I can't say anything."
Zone of Truth is pretty good. I mean, it wasn't really like.
He's pulling words from my mouth hole. What the fuck?
The thing that sucks is that he used this Zone of Truth candle. He didn't cast the incantation, so actually the DC was really low. It was 13. He just rolled a fucking 4. And that's a one-time thing, so when I rolled, it was just like, oh well.
What the fuck?
No, the dude just rolled really low. I almost said his name. The dude just rolled really low.
Wow. It's like, haha, I have you now. Oh, fuck.
No, exactly. Like, conversation started. God damn
it. This guy's probably secretly a nerd. Holy shit.
I mean, I'm thinking secretly, yeah, nerd,
probably
with the way how he was talking about beer.
Because he's acting like he's like I know everything. I'm so cool, and I'm like, nerd.
Yeah, I actually had a player Speaking of nerd, who was a long time ago, like back in the way days, who was a pretty large individual. Like he's a tall, big dude. And so when he sat down, he took up a lot of space. And he always had like I only DM'd him one time. And when I DM'd him, I because I noticed that as a player in other games that he was always cheating, but the dungeon master never did anything about it. So now I was a DM, I'm like, yo, stop cupping your dice. I saw that number. No. But he had another like little odd tick about him where he would play he would either be a barbarian, a paladin, or a fighter. That was it, and he would always be those or a human, an orc, or a dwarf. So he would always be a strong, muscular individual, and like he had a fascination for always insulting people by calling them nerds in the game, and like, bro, did you know you're also a nerd? You're playing D&D. You're kind of a nerd.
That's a real power move to call someone a nerd while you're playing D&D. I'll be honest with you there.
It's like, I'm not a nerd, I'm a fucking jock. What's your character's name? Brush Stilston? Yeah, you're a fucking nerd.
Speaking of nerds.
Yeah.
I think I have an idea for my next D&D character.
Oh, I want to hear.
He's a gnome wizard.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yes.
Gnomes are awesome.
Gnomes are the best. I love gnomes.
Yeah. Gnome.
I got to do that for one
Gnomes, you
time.
say?
I said a gnome wizard
Gnomes are
that
the
wears
best.
Coke bottle glasses.
Hell yeah.
We
And-
meet again, Ari.
Yeah, we meet again, Ariel.
That was another highlight.
That would be the funniest thing.
Gnomes live like 500 years, so there's a big possibility that dude is going to be in the next campaign.
Oh no, I already have my next campaign character. I'm just saying for this campaign, if anything happens to Wes, that's
Okay.
my next character.
You're
I'm
gonna be
bringing
him,
in.
exactly.
I'm gonna be that guy.
Oh my god, that's perfect.
Oh, love it.
So I was thinking to myself, I'm like, maybe I'll play a wizard as a backup to Wes. That'll be interesting. I just couldn't figure out who I wanted to be. And now I'm like, I'm gonna be that gnome. I'm gonna be that fucking gnome.
I'm gonna be that one specifically, that
I'm
guy.
gonna be that motherfucker over there, and I'm just going to do it to piss Ariel off.
His life goal is to sell the scroll to Arya.
Oh, he's
for
I'm a,
price.
He's just gonna be like, yo, Ariel, you I know we're in the same group, but you wanna buy this scroll? You know I can cast that spell. Yeah, but you
But
wanna
full
buy
price.
it.
here's the thing. You can have it as a backup, and I'll sell it to you for a discount. And he's like off to the side, like, it's not really a discount. I'm just saying it's a discount.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Yes,
Do we have
yes.
any questions for our other DM? Do we have anything for
The other guy. Wow.
the other
For the
guy in
four?
here, Vic?
The other.
The
Yeah, that other
guy.
motherfucker over there.
For the Hogwarts, the Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Yeah. What's up, guys? Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes, Lynn.
Uh-oh.
Vic,
Yes.
how dare?
I don't follow.
You know damn well what I'm talking about.
So we left off at a very interesting point on Horde of the Dragon Queen.
As soon as you
yes.
started describing, I was like, oh, you asshole.
I mean,
It's like,
I like to integrate little bits of my characters' backstories into the campaign to keep things fresh and
it's like
interesting.
you gave the man a story and then expect him
You
to
gave me
use
a
it
whole
against
novel.
you.
You gave me a whole novel of content to use. I'm going to use the whole novel.
I mean, that's valid.
Oh my.
Like, you gave me a whole novel. Jesus gave me a post-it note, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to use this, and you're going to hate me for it, but here we go.
Yeah,
Great.
I was very vague on
Yeah.
on my character. I'm like, oh, maybe I should put a little bit more emphasis on it.
I just think it was funny that in the end, with what Lynn gave me for backstory and then what you gave me for backstory, I was like, this is weirdly like lining up. I'm gonna use these together. Let's see what happens.
Interesting.
Yes.
It's
That's how
very
you do it.
interesting. I don't know if I like it.
I'm like, do you regret playing in my game now?
No. Maybe. No. Of course not.
Maybe.
Maybe no.
I can only imagine when you asked who I wanted to play when this first started, if I would have chosen the big redhead boy.
The big boy.
How different would
Oh.
that have been if that was the case?
Oh god. I for one
That'd be fun.
Probably as different as if I were to have played my source.
No, sorry, I was just thinking of myself having to roll soon for a minute and I was like, oh Lord have mercy.
That sounds
That would've been a nightmare.
fun. as
Alright,
hell.
bro, here's what you gotta do, alright?
Bruh.
Bro, alright, listen listen up here, little man. Okay, so we gotta go that way, right? Okay. You're doing you're doing righteous, bro. Alright, give me some skin. See you next time. Outie.
Howdy.
Oh, that would be so amazing.
Sounds
though.
amazing.
Yeah, so Birderite, you got any questions for me?
Murderite doesn't have shit.
No? Nothing?
Not really. It's just I don't know. Freaking family drama, man.
Birderite's over here like, man, family drama. I'm just here trying a sword.
I'm just looking for a sword, man.
Guys.
Oh boy.
I'm still scared at the my thing is I'm still scared at the fact that we have a dragon mask now, and that's terrifying to me.
That's
Nah,
fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Everything
It's
is
fine.
okay.
To you.
Totally fine.
We'll be
You, Graydon.
fine.
I'm not
It's
gonna
totally
want
fine.
those on your face.
Totally.
It's fine.
Like technically speaking, Birderite this still has a mask on. Doesn't do anything, but
Yeah, Birderite has a mask. It's no big deal.
it's just a mask. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
Oh, him and
Bird
Grayson
Rider
will be
mess.
twinsies. Yeah.
Like it doesn't add to any kind of AC or anything. Like it's just a mask. But
It
you know.
adds to your
That's why.
coolness.
Yes, it adds to my AC coolness.
Gray needs the AC bonus, thank you.
Oh, that's right. Oh yeah. Those masks are fun.
Yeah,
I'm actually excited that you guys got to it.
Great.
Yeah, those
things are a lot of fun.
Oh, happy George.
that
boy.
freaking little quest to open the freaking chest. That was
Wasn't that
something
fun?
else, man.
Wasn't that a
That
fun
was-
mini game?
that was Pretty fun, actually.
I think that was
Could have been
fun.
worse. The room could have exploded with holy energy.
Yeah, identify.
I don't know that that's fair. I think that's
I mean, yeah, good thing
I
the
think-
children were in the room.
I think you guys are attacking me. I think it's pure attack.
Yes.
Yeah, as Birderite too. To tell you the truth, Birderite doesn't have a lot of AC for being a melee fighter.
Hey,
Yeah, but-
Jamba doesn't have a
It's-
lot of
it's-
HP for being a tank.
This is true. Janva's supposed to be your tank, guys. She has a
Well,
negative modifier on her con.
Well,
Well,
Right.
she's kind of a tank with just the amount of AC that she has.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Well, no, you don't have your AC anymore.
It's still 17 though.
It's still so. Oh, that's right. Because
See,
you got your shield.
if I would have played the good boy, we would have had a beefcake.
So you'd have a real himbo beefcake, that's for sure.
We're all
That would have been
about beefcake.
great.
Like a tank beefcake and an actual beefcake.
Running
Yes.
around. You guys,
Yes.
you guys be running around with a golden retriever leading you everywhere.
That sounds awesome.
Be a very
Alistair-
just be a very
Alistair
different
is the
campaign.
best, and if anything happened to Gray, I would be playing him probably.
Oh, buddy. Okay.
No, everything is gonna be okay. Grayson is gonna be protected.
Well, in case he
Aw.
decides to just, get the hell out of Dodge, that'll be my
What
backup
will
guy.
he is the question.
Oh, I mean,
prob-
at the way things are going right now, I'm afraid I might be scaring Grayson off.
Well, with how the last game ended, probably Grace is probably like, turn the ship around.
I will pay you any amount of money to turn the ship around.
God. And they'd be like, sorry, it's Fifi's ship.
Like
boy.
Fox, you can
Fox, you can sail, right?
captain, right? You can sail, right? Let's buy that ship.
Oh,
Let's
I
go.
do actually have some navigation tools I could use, but I don't know. Fox knows how to sail.
I'm so excited.
Oh yeah, a little question.
I mean, I
for-
do have plus like 7 to navigate.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Fox is a sailor. You got them down the river pretty good.
like little question for Horde.
Yeah. What's up?
How are your characters feeling, or for the people that in the Horde game anyway, how are your characters feeling with Birderai waking you up at 6 a.m.?
Good question.
Gray doesn't mind. He actually doesn't mind. I would imagine it's a lot nicer than what his mother would wake him up as. So
Oh.
Do we want some lore
Wow.
on that?
Do you want some lore on Birderai's kurupoing in the morning?
I was gonna ask Grayson for some lore on that, but I think we'll get to that soon.
Yeah, well, probably next game.
Next week's gonna be a doozy, guys. Yeah, Jonva, what are your thoughts on your whole 4 hours possibly being disturbed?
It could be worse.
Could be worse. That's kind of sad when you have two characters that are like, I've had worse.
Considering what she
Freaking-
grew up in.
Jonva and
honestly,
Grayson,
same.
hat.
Same
it's a
hat.
nice, it's a nice pace, different taste.
It's a nice change of pace.
Yeah, it's probably freaking. John was probably like, "Well, 6 a.m. Here we go again."
There we go. What does
John
Fox? How does Fox feel about
John
it?
just wakes up.
About what specifically?
How does Fox feel?
Burger rice kurupo in the morning.
He
3 times to be
absolutely
exact.
does not care, and he appreciates that Birderai is doing what comes best to him. Like, if he had to like say yay or nay, he would probably be like, "Man, that's good. He's been a good boy." Anything that does not subject to the normality of normal customs in society pleases him.
Well,
I think
Aarakocra
you
don't
can
really-
grab Fox and throw him into a barbarian pit, and he'd be like, home.
Home. Well,
Just be
Burger
like, finally.
Finally, people like
in
get
a way,
me.
Like
One more
in a
time?
way, Aarakocra doesn't really do this. Burger
No.
Rai does.
Well,
Birderai does.
Birderai is a special boy.
Yeah,
Burger
Birderai can do
special
whatever he
boy.
wants.
He's a very special boy. He's learning how to bird, and I love
Yeah,
respect
he
him
is.
for
He
it.
is
He's
learning
trying to learn
how to
bird, man.
Did he even
He doesn't
grow up
know
in
how.
Africa?
He knows how to
No.
dragon.
No, Birderai's backstory was he was raised by a dragonborn
Okay.
as his adoptive
Yeah.
father. So
He knows how to dragonborn.
Yeah, he
I
knows how
mean,
to dragon.
animal-wise, aren't like birds really close to like dinosaurs? So
Technically. Wait, does that mean instead of like how birds like puff themselves up? Does that mean that when Birderai is challenging someone, he does the angry lizard head bob?
please.
Yes.
Yes. he doesn't puff himself up, just the head part. Brrr.
Oh my god.
That's why him and Ro vibe so well. Because they both think
Yes.
they're lizards.
Yes. We're both dragons. Thank you very much.
They're both tiny
Together-
dragons. They're like, yes.
Together we're
yes.
dragons. Like
Yes.
together we're a dragon.
Birderai's like, I love this tiny dragon. And Ro's over here like, I love this weird, strange feathered dragon.
No,
He's
seriously,
red.
together they make one whole dragon. Rai has the wings and
Yeah. Well, there are winged kobolds, so that's like completely not out of the realm of possibility for.
They're what?
There are winged kobolds.
Oh,
That's the thing.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's the thing. So that's like so Birderai is not entirely absurd to the kobolds. They're just like, oh, you're just like a funny winged kobold, but you have feathers.
That is so awesome.
it is cool.
Birds.
Yes, they are called Urds.
Birds.
Yeah.
Birds. Thank you. That's what it is.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So
Thank you, Robo. Wait.
that's
Robo.
we call them tadpole.
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 Thank you, Senor Tadpole.
Oi.
Wait,
So
wait,
anything else
So,
to discuss about games, or are we just gonna move right in?
I guess let's sit now
Let's
forever
go
hold
to
your
that
peace.
sad topic.
Yes. So
Yeah, well,
let's have a conversation about death.
can we open it with the with the question?
The question.
What,
Yes.
The question.
the question?
So
Yeah. Why
before
doesn't the
we get into
person?
the semantics and philosophy of it, let's open it with a question for everybody involved here.
Yes.
So Lynn and I have been holding off on this one, and now we get to use it today, and we're excited.
Great.
So if you, I guess, could choose, if you had the power to choose, how would you want your current D&D character to die?
Do you want
Wait,
that
which one?
answer?
I have 3.
Yes.
Well, then
You get
each
to
one.
choose.
Oh god, Jeremiah's gonna take forever.
You get to
Yeah.
choose which one.
Pick,
Yes.
just for whichever one.
Let me roll a die.
Oh my god.
For Oreo,
Excuse me.
Everybody pick.
What's that? What's the Oreo want to do?
it would be to go back to Ravnica, most likely die of not. It will be her succumbing to her wounds, probably from Derek.
God damn.
Wait,
Whoa.
Her succumbing from wounds from what?
From Garrick.
No.
Oh, I forgot to add on. His dead body would be in first.
Lord have mercy, Oreo.
Aurea does not know of Garrick. Tabitha
what?
knows of Garrick.
I'm just saying, the possibility, yeah.
In the possibility that she goes back to Ravnica and he's like, hey, you can't be doing this planeswalker bullshit, and she'll be like, fucking fight me, bro.
So okay.
Don't ask for things.
Oh no.
I'm just saying
Oh, no.
hypothetically.
I'm just
So-
saying.
I
He a
think
bad boy.
I have 2 answers to this.
Yes.
How I think Neff will ultimately bite the bullet is
The silver bullet?
yes, the silver bullet
Oh
in her
no.
wolf mouth. No, I think that ultimately she's going to sacrifice herself for her friends or for her family, which actually her friends have become her family. So,
Aw.
that's ultimately somehow she's going to do that. She's already tried to in the past. Not like she has like a death wish or anything, but she just, she has definitely been like, guys, get out of here. I'll hold him off or whatever.
Hold the line.
Yeah. However, that's how I think she will eventually die. However, if I'm choosing how she's gonna die,
Oh god.
it is going to be just like the most epic thing. Either that or really stupid. I can't decide.
That's
Like-
always the line for barbarians. It's either gonna be really fucking cool or it's gonna be really stupid.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
remember
gonna be
the,
like,
remember
oh,
the
man.
whirlpool?
yes.
What?
Yeah, Neff just jumped into a whirlpool this last game that we were playing.
She's raging, so it's fine.
I was raging, it's all good. But I had to get the key that was at the bottom of the whirlpool, and it was like 200 feet down.
Oh, that's baby fall damage.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Well,
That's
I was
fucking
raging,
nothing, bro.
and I had my cloak of the manta ray, so no issues holding my breath or anything.
Underwater.
Yeah.
Right.
But before I jumped, everybody was like, "Here, I'm gonna really quickly like slap you or something so you rage." And I'm like, "You don't have to do that."
Yeah.
Slap
I would just beat
Leon,
the shit out of you while I have
Leon, quote unquote, it was like, oh, he need to slap him? Okay. Oh, like, slap her? Okay. Pow.
It's,
Um, that's
Yeah.
abuse. That's
that's
child abuse.
abuse.
Child abuse.
But yeah, I think it's gonna be either something like if I choose, it's gonna be something really freaking epic. Like I'm taking on the Rune Spore or something, and I'm just like raging and whatever. And
Just so you
having
guys
fun.
know, I'm looking at pictures of Garuk because Garrick is a dumb way to pronounce his name.
Yeah.
His bicep is the entire length of a man the size of Wes's body.
Wow.
Bring it, bitch.
Okay, that's how Neff would want to. Yeah.
Okay.
Like fighting that person. Either that or just being stupid, because she just walked off the cliff. Oh crap, that's a really high cliff. Shit.
It's really high. Oh, but
It's
We're
fine. It's
practically
fine.
gods,
It's fine.
guys.
You're
for the
practically
It's fine.
gods.
I'll just
I don't
throw
have
my
wings.
guys. It's fine. I'll just throw myself off the top of this ledge here into an entire round of eat hounds. It's fine.
Yeah, not to quote a movie, but aim for the bush.
Yes,
Oh shit, he's a big boy.
he's a big boy.
I'm looking at his height and weight.
He's alright.
So
Who else?
anyway, I rolled the die.
Yes,
and
Jeremiah.
it rolled to horde character.
Oh no,
Like, I guess it kind of a little bit makes sense too.
because nobody's
I-
died in
I
my
already-
campaign yet.
I already had a character death in the Freddy game, but sad
Who
moment.
is? What cat
What?
is that?
8. Okay. But what cat is what?
It sounds like a cat is on somewhere. I don't know. It just sounds like a cat.
It's not me.
Oh, I think that's my pug snoring. Sorry.
Oh, okay. It's adorable.
Aww.
That's
It's
valid. That's
so
mine.
It was like a cat. There's a cat. Anyway,
I mean,
so
yes, I have
Burger
cats,
Eye-
but they're not by me.
It's a bird eye.
Birder Eye.
Burger Eye, I think what I guess I will kind of be the same as Neff with Jess with two answers, like how
Yeah.
he'd probably die and how I want to die, in a way.
Mhm.
But how he would probably die is basically who knows what's. Oh look at this. There's a photo. That's anyway. What will probably happen was like, because I don't really know, but eventually when he's or him or maybe the whole party too is finally on the location of the sword,
Yes.
he'd probably die there or something, like fighting to get the sword.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Yeah. He will do everything that he can to get that sword back. If he has to die for it, then yeah, he will, as long as he's on his clutches. But how he would probably die is he probably kurupon too much and get eaten.
That sounds
As
more
it says in the
likely.
chat, he will die by being roasted at 6:30 a.m.
Yes. Oh, I actually just read that. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Fox. If Fox could,
If Fox could.
If Fox could, he'd be like, "No one's complaining anymore. You guys can finally leave me alone. I have faith that you won't die. Get Spud, sail off into the middle of the sea. Bye, bitches." That would be his outing. But more likely,
And then he hits level 17.
God damn it, the worst thing for him. He's like, he'd finally reach the rightful age of 50. Like, God damn it.
At level 17.
And then like the
druid.
forces
Oh,
of nature were
God.
like, congratulations on reaching this magnificent meditation. God damn it, Wind, get the fuck away from me.
I was like, you kill me?
Look, but the thing is that if he gets timeless body, that means he can actually live long enough to see the baby dragons.
Aw, see the baby dragons become big
Yeah.
dragons.
Yeah.
And lay waste to the world around them.
Yeah, but like then he wants to take care of them. So then he's gonna be extra sad. Fox's life is sad. But what will happen most likely is he's going to probably pull an F and be like, God damn it. Alright kids, get out. Let whoever the person is, alright, let's duke it, Tiamat. Shapeshifts into a rabbit.
So, we have a Fifi in chat.
Yeah, we've had a Fifi in chat.
I don't pay attention to things. I have a very poor perception score. You know this.
She hasn't said anything, so
Okay,
I
internet. Internet's always a thing.
Yeah.
Is Lee there?
Oh.
There's
a robot. It's a robotic.
I'm
Fifi.
here.
Cool. Hey, Lee, how would you want Bones to die?
Oh yeah, see, I've thought about this.
Oh my
and
god.
Well, because I almost did just very recently.
Yeah, and that was by your sister's hand, unfortunately.
Yeah, very.
That
I
sucks.
didn't mean
family
to.
drama.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It was the wild magic, you know.
Wild
I
magic
feel like
is-
if you live and die by the wild magic, it's a beautiful thing.
Wild magic is tricky, and I'm sorry.
As someone who has previously played a sorcerer, I understand.
You played a draconic
Oh, yeah, never
sorcerer.
mind. Excuse
Don't
me.
even,
Shut.
I want that nat 20, man.
dude.
Nat
That
20 wild magic. I
one
would
of these
need that to
days,
happen,
I'm
man.
actually
Me
gonna play.
too.
I'm gonna play a wild
Sure.
magic sorcerer, and I want that fucking moment where I roll to be turned into a potted plant.
Well, it's just
No,
awesome.
like everything.
I was orange, and then I was giant, and then I was, just-
On fire.
Yeah, that was.
The best one is like, and it was at such a bad, like you casted a spell and then you're like, oh, got 100 percentiles. Cool, you get all your spells back. Great. I get my one spell back. Cool. And it wasn't even that like useful. It was just like, all right, I guess I get a do-over. I get one free spell that day. That's great. That's worth 100.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
sorry.
though, in all honesty, it'll probably be by some crazy fireball.
Just fireball self like dead
Oh
center.
god.
It's gonna happen probably just because
If question to the DM about that. What about a natural 1? Will that trigger wild magic as well?
I believe
No, it has to be on a
so.
20. It's 1 out of 20 chance that wild magic would trigger.
Yeah.
Because what if that happens? We're like, oh, natural 1 fireball, turn to a potted plant.
No, you just.
I don't want to.
Oh,
I have such freaking
Imagine the
PTSD.
booping. Oh my goodness, no.
Griswold would have a fucking field day. Bones turn into a potted plant.
Yeah, I mean, let me see. So, wild magic. So starting level, when you choose this at level 1 in your spellcaster unleash a surge of magic. Immediately after you cast a sorcerer spell of first level higher than DM, DM have you roll d20 on a 1. It's a wild. It is on a 1. Sorry, not on the 20. I said 20 as a more epic thing, but on a 1 the wild magic like triggers. So I mean, technically, it's you can pick whatever number you want. It's a 1 out of 20 number.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, I roll a lot of nat ones with the Jess dice, so.
Hey,
Wow, is that
I
another
give
low blow?
dice, and then I get shit on for it.
Bro, you gave like 12 sets of dice, and each
did.
one rolled a 1 on every single person you gave it to. I'm not saying whoever sold you those dice was bad, but you to go back to your dealer and get a like your dealer sold you some bad shit.
Are we saying that Josh Sweden apparently held on to these dice?
Did you give to Josh?
Will Wheaton, excuse me.
Yeah, I was like, did you give your dice to Will? He's gonna
No.
poison them.
Wrong
It's
side.
canon. That man poisons dice.
He just straight up hexes them. It's weird.
Even through the aether.
He just like woke up in the middle of the night and said, "I must this die."
Well, no.
So hey, Lynn, since you're next on the list,
Yes.
how do you want Grayson to die?
I have 3 possible scenarios.
Wow.
God.
Wow.
Continue.
Ideally, he will die of old age, being like some awesome wizard guy, like just in his home, happy and content. That'd be lovely.
That would be lovely.
Not gonna happen, probably. What's probably gonna happen is that he's going to fall from a great height because of his legs getting tangled.
Sounds about right.
No.
Oh, fuck, there he goes.
There he goes.
It's fine.
His legs
Remember,
just
I can
get
fly.
tangled on a set of staircase, and he just falls and breaks his neck. That would probably be.
Oh
Like,
god,
I mean-
that would be so awful.
I mean, it's the most likely with his -2 dex. Unless, like, well, he's going to be learning how to do teleportation soon, so he might be able to save himself from falling.
But until then, we're in a very big if scenario.
Yeah, one level away, anything could happen.
Yeah, he almost
The
he almost fall off the boat already.
he's done that multiple times.
Yeah, he almost fell. That's right.
No, on the wood.
Yeah, he was on the gangway and he nearly like completely fell off the ship.
Yeah, he got a -1 on that. Thank
Like,
God.
Thanks to
got-
Daddy, Big Dread.
I'm sorry. What was that first one there?
What?
What?
Big. I said big.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Third option is he is, I guess, would be the worst case scenario, maybe. Is that he figures out how to become a lich.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god.
That's a thing.
Ah,
Yeah, so that's something he may or may not be looking into.
Oh boy.
Grayson, can you
wonderful.
The irony that
So.
we just recently mentioned red wizards in our game.
Red
Yeah.
wizards are a thing.
And then I have some for Alistair as well, but that's I'll just make everyone sad.
Oh no.
Is Raceland in?
Oh no.
Bro, don't make me sad.
I
It'll be
didn't
very
ask
sad.
that.
Oh, no.
Raceland. Is Raceland in the universe of where we are?
What?
Raceland, the wizard. I'm asking a question about a novel that is Raceland Majiri, but
Is he in the Forgotten Realms?
No, he's in Dragonlance. There we go.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Raceland is a red wizard who got his power by failing a test for the wizards and Tiamat being like, I got your back, bitch. And he's forever cursed now.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Every time he sees you, he can only see you the moment that you are dying or that you're about to die. So everybody looks like a skeleton or a cadaver to him. It's very lovely.
It's very nice. It's very nice.
All right, so we have
Yes.
has everyone answered how we want our characters to die?
can any?
What
You know
was
what?
that?
Oh,
No, Steph has not.
internet.
Steph's having internet things.
What?
Okay. Well, I have a Steph. If your internet decides to be working, I have a
Yeah.
slew. Or if you want to type it in our private chat, we can read it out loud. Or someone who knows how to read can do that because I don't. I have
I
a
don't know how to
slew
read.
of
What are you talking about?
questions. Because I see, I have this, and I'm going to preface. For me, the answer is no. So for all of us who have DN before, if a character death happens, do you let the player roll immediately for new character, or do they have to wait until the game's over before they can make a new character?
This is a question for everybody who's DM'd before.
Yeah. Or
I'm going to be honest and say that I have not had that opportunity because nobody has really died in any of my campaigns.
oh, okay.
They were just that lucky. There was a point when somebody triggered a really bad trap, and
my
they almost
God.
died because it was right after a really bad fight. But then the wizard was like, "Oh, I react with shield," and then they like save themselves from the damage. So it was like, okay, well.
Yeah,
So no, nobody's really died in my campaign yet.
I know
so
that like in the gamers and other like joke parodies or making fun of D&D like comedies, whenever the character dies, like the person who just died like immediately starts rolling stats. I know that.
I mean, I immediately roll stats as a joke when I feel like my character's gonna die.
Yeah, because I know that like if it's low enough, or there is a current story purposes no possibility for them to be resurrected, as someone in chat mentioned. I like the idea of saying like have a backup concept in mind, and like you can like I don't want you to set out the entire game just because like a shitty roll at the beginning or like a really bad fight. So like have a character that you can role play.
Mm-hmm.
And like the DM should have the utility to somehow weave that character in, but yeah, I because I've been what's that word? English is hard. I've been hurt. I've been hurt in my past. It's a specific word where like you've had enough bad experience that now you fear that bad experience, so you're triggered by it.
PTSD.
Yeah, something like that. I have D&D PTSD. No, I've had a lot of people in my past who, when like I've said, oh yeah, you can make your character like just let me see the sheet when they're done. They add things that they're not supposed to add. How did you roll 3 18s in a row, dude? Like just a lot of stuff like that. Like I can't just give you that +1 sword. How did you get it? Where did you get the money for that? Where like how come you have no bad stats ever? Anytime that you roll the character and I don't see it, you have amazing stats, and when I see it, you have minuses and complain about the minuses. So like that's why like I have to see you roll, and even in some of our current games, like I don't, when people want to do things that are not in the book. Like, oh, can I be this race or this class? And it's not like an official 5e like canon thing published by Wizards. There has been times where I don't do my homework deep enough, and just because like, oh, I didn't expect you guys to reach level 9 and have like that level 9 ability be a predominant thing that like heavily affects the campaign, and I'm like, oh shit, like you're OP because of your blank ability. Or like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing. I don't know you could be using that way. Shit. Like that's my fault for not researching it. But that's why I generally want to sit there and be there present as you make your character. It also helps us bounce back and forth for me getting to know who you are. Point buy. Point buy.
I was about to ask you what you felt about point buy.
Here's my thoughts. I hate point buy unless it's a one shot and I'm making all the characters because then everything's fair. Point buy is amazing because everybody will have the same numbers. Nobody's gonna be OP or not. But I
realized I should have done point buy for my one shot, and that would have saved me like half the time if I did that.
Oh yeah, dude.
But I didn't because I was an idiot.
Every single one shot that I have done with you guys has all been point buy. So for the chat who is asking, what is point buy? The point buy system is something in most D20 systems that essentially you get a specific amount of points, and those points determine what your numbers are. So as an example, like an 8 stat is 0. You have 27 points, as Chad is saying, that you have allocated. And then like, well, if you want a 15, it's going to cost 8 points. So you subtract 8 from 27 and you go on until you've used all 27 points. Like in the one shot that we're going to do at South by Southwest, which will not be filmed, unfortunately, like it's everyone has a 16, 14, 13, 12, and then 2 8s, if I remember correctly. But yeah. Fifi wrote stuff in chat. If someone
So Steph wrote for her characters on how they would die. So for Ophelia, Fifi would two ways. Curiosity could literally kill her, or she'd get blown up because of her own random antics. Or if she gets past this rebellious stage in her life, she will die of old age peacefully with Yuli in her estate.
That's what I was going to say. And that voice.
And then Sonya, probably because she was told one thing and did the other because of stubbornness or in an attempt to save someone. She would like her to reach divination greatness and be able to see everything and anyone and mentally not die.
All right, Xavier.
Exactly.
Oh man. God, yeah.
Yes.
So, I'm just going down the list on
What? No, I didn't mention West. We're not going to talk about West.
We will bring that up in a second. I'm literally going down
He's
the
already
list.
he's already a topic of his own, so I don't.
So, DMs, anywhere, either in chat or not. When you do character deaths,
Yes.
there are spells like resurrection.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have a list of them. Let me. So there's revivify. There's raise dead, reincarnation, resurrection, true resurrection. And then there's other things that would technically, I guess, animate dead could be one, but not really. Like that. That's not really what. Yeah.
Animate dead's always an option.
And then there's also the what's it called? The race that essentially is human, but you have that one clause that you cannot die until you fulfill like the thing that you're supposed to do, the why you came back. The reverb, something like that. The reverend. Yes, reverend. Yes, thank you, chat. First, I think it should be a thing that most players, like if you're not going to allow resurrection, that should be a thing that the DM should discuss. But do you do anything specific with resurrection? I toyed a little bit with Matt's resurrection idea, and I do like that concept.
Like using it as a challenge, basically?
Yeah, using it as a skill challenge, which I think provides an extra, like, this is important, like, this has a value, which I do that. But I've always done one other thing that I'll say in a second. So DMs, do you have anything specific that you do in your resurrections, or is it just do as the book says, whatever the book follows?
I mean, obviously sticking with you got to have all your components like down to the cent.
Yeah. Which I think in every single version you will.
The only time I've ever really had to work with the resurrection spell was for a casual game I played with friends, and it was because they wanted to resurrect a group pet that they lost on the adventure, and I literally could not say no to them.
Yeah,
So I was like, fine, here's your shit, go resurrect your pet. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
I agree with that. I like to be as realistic as I can. Like, you guys have seen it when, like, all right, you have to buy food for the trip, etc. But, like, when it comes to, like, well, my owl was technically on me. No. Your owl is fine. Nothing happened.
Yeah, no, right?
But,
like, it's fine.
Nothing happened to that baby.
I say pet, but I mean in the sense it was if everyone who played in Horde of the Dragon Queen remembers when you were in the Dragon Hatchery, and there was that one guard drake that was in the bottom guarding the eggs. Through some means of insanity, they managed to not only get it to trust them, but they also domesticated it. And it followed them around everywhere. And I was like trying to drop it off at points where I'm like, okay, so we don't have to worry about him getting hurt. But they're like, no, he's going to come with us. He's going to be here for everything. And I'm like, oh, okay, we're going into battle in this really, really bad place, and I can't protect him. I'm sorry. He's a guard drake. He has stats.
Yeah.
And then like the really bad area effect happened, and nope, there he went. And he went down. I'm like, okay, your pet's down, and then everybody lost their shit. I'm like, you guys brought him into the fucking swamp.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah. That for me specific, because like when we do things, especially with theater of the mind, it's so hard to keep track of that stuff.
Yeah,
it's like anytime there's a living creature, I really want to have a physical miniature for the creature, so
Yeah.
you know, oh, it's there. It is taking up space. Excuse
I
me.
wish we did.
Yeah, we did. We had a miniature. I can find him. I know exactly what
His
miniature
tail
he was.
broke.
His tail broke off. That was the because he was like an old like metal miniature. So he had
Oh,
like a
those
tail.
aluminum ones.
So that was just his personality trait.
Excuse me. Coronavirus.
Yeah, no. So just yeah, that was the only time I've ever had to deal with resurrection because everybody managed to not die by some weird means, and yeah. But no, I would like to treat it as make sure you have components, and me personally, make it, I guess to me compelling. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but like use it as a means to like enhance your story, I guess.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like it sucks when a character dies. Like resurrection should be a really serious thing to be handled. Because you can't just be going around like, I'm gonna resurrect you. I'm gonna resurrect you. It's fine, guys. We're technically immortal.
Yeah,
Which
it does.
right.
It takes away from the
Yeah.
could die. Hold on.
Yeah.
Chat's going wild. What are we?
Let's chill. What's chat's firing off? What's up?
Yeah. Whoever decides that wants to read it, that's not me can read it because I don't know how to read.
So Stephanie said, Josh, who's with her, said he doesn't want them to die, but if they do, both of his characters, that would
Both
be...
of his characters, blaze of glory and epic fights.
Yep.
Especially Yuli protecting Fifi. Aww!
Adorable.
Yes. If he could choose old age.
So cute.
Yeah. Old age would be preferred.
I ship it.
Oh, if I'm reading this correctly, magic item losses or a penalty to bring them back is that's an idea.
That's interesting, yeah.
Jericho. Oh no. Jericho because of Alpha.
Yeah, that would be a way for Jerry to die, unfortunately. I do have a thing.
He's the Battle Royale champion.
He is Battle Royale champion.
That motherfucker was the Battle Royale champion. Rogues, man. Rogues.
So, I do
there's my answer for West. It's gonna be a rogue that does me in.
If
timestamp it now.
there is if
a rogue,
you
say?
fail if for my thing is anytime someone resurrects himself back, I roll percentile to see what happens. If it's not a true resurrection, there is a chart in 3.5's Heroes and Horrors about mishaps of resurrection, and I use that chart and I love that chart. I have not used it in any of the games that we've streamed, but there are things like you come back and you crave flesh, like raw flesh, or you smell like graveyard soil, or you come back and like you looks like your eyes are all cataracty and like they're just glazed over.
I think Lynn might have some good pointers on this one.
Okay.
Do what?
Talking about a character who's not revived all the way.
Oh, you're talking about my other guy.
Yeah, talking about your other guy.
The worst one on that chart is when you come back, and that's a very heavy discussion that the demon has to have with the player. It's not the same soul.
Ooh.
So like if for like combining that with like with critical roles thing, like you have to succeed 3 of the 4 challenges. So 3 challenges, and the 4th is the player has to be willing to do so. So out of those 4 roles, if one fails, it is a in also having that the player does want to come back. Because if the player doesn't want to come back, then that's it. The character does not come back. The soul has to be willing. Hopefully hopefully you guys metagame a little bit and the player tells you so you don't waste that rupee or the amount of gold that you need to cast the spell, because spending 25,000 gold pieces and then the guy's like, nah, I don't wanna. It's gonna suck a little bit.
Nah.
Yeah, nah. So so if one of those 4 fails, I will roll on the mishap chart.
Okay.
If two of those 4 fail, then the spell fails, unfortunately. But that's like my little thing that has not come to pass, but it's a thing.
It almost did.
It almost did.
Yeah. With
Story wise, you unfortunately made a pass.
And story-wise, unfortunately, I did make a pact before realizing it was a pact. So
Yeah, and I was like, oh shit.
you're like,
what
oh
would this
shit,
guy
didn't
do?
expect that.
Yeah.
It was
That-
like literally made a pact, and then 5 minutes later, I died.
I mean, that has consequences.
It certainly
West.
does.
You haven't seen those consequences, but it has
I have not.
consequences.
consequences. You have that big red on your head. That's a bad thing.
Yeah, it's a consequence because sometimes he thinks he's in his own house and he walks around naked. I need him to stop.
And that's a bad thing.
I would like for him to at least use a towel.
Or a sock.
That's not a thing. That's not a thing. Socks don't fit. So going on, more things. So, how do we feel about one-hit kills? If one attack succeeds over 50 points of damage, that could, by like alternative rules, that could kill a player. Like a massive shock to the system, like a heart attack or something.
I mean, if it
how
was
do you flow
something
with
where, if it was damage that would normally put you to 0 if you were at full health, then I would call that an instant kill.
Isn't that what happened to Senvin, though?
No, Senvin
No.
died.
Senvin straight up died.
I know, I thought.
No, because he was hit by the death ray.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
that
with
was,
the death rate, if you go below 0, there is
You're
no
done.
death saves. You just die.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah, so if 50 or more points of damage, if the damage would put them to 0, so
but
that saves.
With your house rule, with the DNC house rule of 3 nat 20s, if the enemy 3 nat 20s, does the player instant die, no death
No,
saves?
So I used to have that rule, and I thought it was unfair. I have it in my binder, just because I've changed a little bit. But if the monster gets a nat 20, it's an automatic crit. You know, if the monster gets 2 nat 20s, I'll max out damage. If the monster gets 3 nat 20s, I'll max out damage, and then the monster will roll on the random effects. So because I don't know, I've always played in teeter with it, and until like it happened to players and I was at the table when that happens, like it takes, like, it's not fun. That's not fun for the player.
Yeah.
It feels really shitty, and it's like, holy crap. And then
I don't know, getting critted and max damage wasn't that terrible.
Yeah, Wes, talk about that.
It's fine. He's only a little broken.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is that you were already on death saves, and
that's very true.
Yeah. So if a creature, if an enemy gets a nat 1, it's a miss. If it gets 2 nat 1s, it's they hit themselves. 3 nat 1s hit themselves plus something on the chart. There's critical fumble charts. So for you guys, I will rule it as that as well. 1 miss, 2 1s, you hit yourself. 3 1s, you max damage hit yourself. There is no insta death for you guys. Because again, that's happened at previous games that before we ever streamed, and it just wasn't fun. The satisfaction of like, oh crap, we killed that thing with 3 nat 20s is always amazing, but that's
amazing.
That's a rush. I want you guys to have a rush.
Yeah, we've had that once.
Only once.
Probably once. That insta kill.
That was beautiful. That was fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, Reefer.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Oh, Reefer.
That was pretty
Reefer.
good. We also have, from a different opinion here on chat, we said that I don't penalize on multiple critical failures because you do not control the dice, which is another completely fair thing. That's why, because the old rule was, if the how like it was introduced to me back when like my group was converting from 3.0 to 3.5, and that's when I just jumped in, so we were mixing both modules, rules. If the rule of thumb was, if you can do it, the opponent can do it. So 3 nat 20s is insta kill. 3 nat 1s is insta death. So goes for the players, goes for the DM. But when the few times that we've ever gotten 3 nat 20s, it's amazing. But any time that it was an insta death on the player or an insta death for the player, or either 20 or 1, it just felt fucking horrible. And it wasn't fun. But the DM that I had, who taught me how to play, it was like, well, that's fair. I'm like, yeah, but it's also a game. We want to have fun. So yeah, take it as you will for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Just going. I'm just going down on the charts. Has anyone had a character death in your team group that character death has caused table drama?
Has caused what?
Table drama.
Oh, like between not characters, players.
Yeah,
you mean?
like because my character died, I blank, or blah blah blah.
Or what? You cut off. Sorry.
Because my character died, blah. I'm just angry. Like, have you ever been in a
Yes.
situation where a character's death angered the group in a way that it affected the players, as in your friends?
Let me ask that question. Kind of like with the sacred world people that's present. How did y'all feel when the inevitable happened to Cal?
I'm not even part of that group, and I was offended.
Yeah.
Do you want to even know what my reaction was? Vic can tell you.
Nobody was happy.
She went and sat on the floor, and she was angry about it for a while. And then she came back, and she was like, "Okay." I'm like, yeah.
Like when it's going on, basically when we were doing the thing and role playing the thing.
I was feeling all the things I feel that I normally do when a character that I have put my love and investment into just dies in anything. It's I'm not going to say I was angry. It's because it's one of those things, obviously it's not something within my control, so that's the thing I understand. And it was a 100% your decision, even though Jesus gave you 2 chances to change your mind.
I did.
But this is what Cal wanted.
This is exactly what Cal. You're right.
And was like, this is basically what Jeremiah wanted, was
to play Ragnar.
To play.
You kept saying, you're like, hey man, if Cowarbell dies, I have a cool character idea, and I'm like, this wants to play as your character.
To be honest, Jeremiah wanted to play Cow as long as he can. He's been playing Carabao for who knows how long. I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 30 now. Anyway.
Since the dinosaurs.
Since the dinosaurs are still alive. But like really tapping into the character Carabao was like, because when that game ended, I drove off. I thought about it for a week. I thought about it, and then I met with Jesus, and I told him the plan.
Right.
And I had to stew on that plan for like a week. But
you had your come to Jesus.
And then and Jesus did like kind of give me chances. But really looking back at it, it's kind of like what does the player want, and what does the character want, and what I have to really fall into what the character wants to do.
Yeah, that's always the hardest fight to
Yeah,
have is
and
between
that
what you
was
want, what your character wants.
yeah, that was hard because
Yeah.
to tell the truth, when I started playing Ragnar, I wasn't. I guess like especially that first game.
Yeah, because you had to like
But
jump right into it.
yeah, I had to jump right into it. I was having
that
a hard
sucks.
time. I was kind of having a hard time with
Like, it was literally
to avoid.
the
Yeah.
same game you were doing that. And
Like
I
I
was
was
like, God damn.
like the voice, I had a voice prepared for him. I was having a hard time doing it because I was. Yes, it's a D&D game.
Yeah.
I know it's just a game. You can say it like that, but
Hey, it's a
still,
game, but your feelings are real.
It's my soul. You know,
Yeah.
it's basically my soul, kind of. It's a
Your
part of me.
Your feelings are real and valid.
Yeah. So I was having a hard time trying to roleplay Ragnar.
So yeah.
It wasn't a good day at the same time when I was creating Ragnar. Ragnar is my first melee character of all of the years that I have played D&D or just RPGs, games in general. I've always played as somebody in the back line shooting tons of damage.
Yeah. And now
And
now
then
you're
now
actually in the front.
Yeah, I'm in the front lines
Welcome,
trying
brother.
to do some damage.
Welcome.
And
Welcome.
that was a change of pace for me. Definitely, that was a real change. That was a definite change.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
then now Birderai is born too, but Leon, I just have to have that bow, man.
it's your sweet spot. I understand that. That's just I like picking characters that are good in melee and they jump in and they don't have to deal with magic exhaustion or any of that bullshit. Like, and I know for a fact I'm setting myself up because the next character I play is going to be a goddamn magic user and I'm going to be frustrated as fuck about it.
Yeah, it was such a nice change of pace too with Birderai. I don't have any kind of spells to think.
I know, I'm not thinking of spell slot.
like-
I'm just going in. I'm just running in. It's
The thing I have to think about is his flight. Basically, I have to be this low to hit this guy, kind of like that, you know. But other than that, attack. That's it.
I see the numbers over your head every time.
Yeah.
You're like planning flight trajectory and everything.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
there's flight trajectory, man.
Mhm.
I'm a burbo.
Rounding back to the start of the conversation,
Uh-huh.
you having that conversation with Cowerbow.
Uh-huh.
So would you say that? What are your feelings on? I'm trying to think how to word this. So, Cowerbow basically told you, "This is it. I'm done." Basically,
It's not like it wasn't really like this is it. I'm done. It's more of a he cares a lot about his family, which is his newly found friends. And then with how close he was with West, considering him as more than a brother than anything else, than anybody else in the party.
Yeah.
He needed him to survive. He wanted him to survive. And because of basically like a little backstory on him, his old friends died trying to save him.
Yeah.
So when his new friends now is in danger, he thought to himself, I can't let this happen again where my friends die because of me or whatever, you know, kind of like that. So it's not that he's trying to really kill himself to get his friends out. He just wants to stall.
Yes, he knew this is the way I have to do it.
Yeah, this is the way he needs to do it. Like he was dealt with a bad hand and he needs to play it.
Yeah. So if I'm allowed to meta a little.
Yeah.
How would you think he would feel about his friends trying to resurrect him? I would say.
Oh, if he sees you with his own eyes and he can talk, he will be all like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" like,
I can deal with
like,
it.
you see me? I'm dead right now.
Yeah, I know,
Trying
bitch.
to
I'm
save
gonna
y'all,
save you.
and now you're back here, motherfucker. I'm gonna shoot you. Sorry for the French words, or sorry for that bad language, but yeah.
Hey guys, real quick. I just want to throw out there. I can't wait for round 2 with XXS.
We're clearly planning it at this point. Like,
Uh, like in that game,
I legitimately woke up with a strategy today, and I'm like, here's how it goes.
like, cause in the game when we were playing that game, and and everybody's planning to go
Yeah.
to back to the Underdark, Exisa, save Reefer, save Carabao.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to role play Ragnar, but it's like I don't want to meta it. But yeah, like, I guess take it as you will. Take it to the game if you want, or
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm sorry, Jesus. But what Carabao feels is, don't try to save me. Like,
it's good. Yeah, it's
like,
good.
I did this for all of you to survive.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
So,
Okay.
yes, he's gonna be
That
very
answers-
frustrated.
That answers my question. Let's see if West listens later.
So, okay,
Yes.
the 2 deaths we had in our campaign,
Yes.
Osiris and then Ferris.
Mm-hmm.
Osiris hit Neff hard, like really hard. She tried so hard to save him. She even gave up her secret about, her being a werewolf to try to save him. Because she was like, you can't die. You can't die. You can't die. No, you can't die. And honestly, that affected me just in real life because I was actually really like sad, and I think you could tell when the game was happening. uh, you know, when it happened, I was really quiet and I was not making jokes, and I was the rest of the night I was basically like very somber.
Oh no, it makes sense because, as we were talking a while ago, like, yeah, that's how I was feeling.
Yeah.
It happened, and immediately I have to jump into a new character to introduce this new character that I'll be playing, and it wasn't easy, but I had to do it. The show must go on.
Hmm.
But yeah, I totally feel how you felt,
Yeah.
because that's how I was feeling.
Yeah.
Well,
My
and
own
for
character.
me, yeah, from my perspective, just to kind of jump in there, I feel like the two characters that we lost in the Harry Potter game, they were, we're all young. We're like teenagers basically trying to work our way
Yeah.
through the world, and so that kind of hits on a different level thinking of the loss of life at such a young age.
Exactly.
That's
But
true, actually.
but I think for us, at least in those two situations, it felt like a pace thing. Like we're fighting, we're trying to be crafty, casters are doing their thing, melee's doing their thing, and then all of a sudden it just comes together and it just didn't work. It just, the dice decided something different, and it just
Right.
felt like it happened quick. Like you're like, wait, I want to redo that. I want to try again. I just, it's like instantly you feel kind of helpless. It was a new feeling for me being new to the game, and so it was really, it hit hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
that's always a fun feeling.
Yeah.
Like you're rolling the die and you see it and you're like, yeah, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. And then you roll that 4 or you roll that 1, you're like, oh no, it's not
Yeah.
fine. It's really not fine. Like
Yeah,
oh,
and
God.
I mean with Osiris in particular, like he died because he was bitten by a werewolf, by Alpha.
Right.
And unfortunately, like even like I think I gave him a healing potion and also my potion that I have that causes me not to transform to try to save him. And when it came back as no, it still didn't do anything, it was it was hard. Like, Neff felt in a lot of ways that she betrayed him in some sort of way. So, and as a player going through that and like feeling my character's emotions, but not like being, upset about it with the DM at all, because it was just how the game played.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard.
No, yeah, that's always hard. I mean, I the only perspective I could speak from is from playing a character who I thought in the moment was going to die and did die, and I'm like, okay. I remember my reaction being very delayed in the moment because it was like, okay, I'm now on death saves. I've got 3 chances to do this. Oh no, he stabbed me in the neck. I'm down to 2 death. I'm down to 1 death save because I got attacked, so that means 2 death saves automatically out.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, okay, last death save, let's fucking do this. And I roll a. Okay, that's it. And I was sitting there like, okay, what's next? And then like it wasn't until we called for break, and then I left the room, and then it hit me all of a sudden, and I was like, West is dead. And I laid down on the floor.
Oh.
Like, oh fuck, West is dead.
Actually,
What?
West was revived before the break.
That's right.
You went
See?
and laid down because you were like, shit, everything caught up.
Yeah, that's when everything caught up to me because I'm like, West fucking died.
Yeah.
And then he came back, and I'm like, it was like a really fast. It was
full of emotions. I did
I,
not want how to think about that. It's like,
that
what
was a
the
challenge
heck
for
is
me.
going on?
Because that's a challenge for me because me as a person, I don't handle a whiplash of emotion very well. It was like, okay, he's dead all of a sudden. No, he's alive. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel, so I'm just gonna go lay down a minute.
I'm just gonna lay down.
I'm just gonna lay on the floor. Give me 5 minutes, guys.
Because with me too, it's like not really as Carabao at the time, but as Jeremiah. It's just when that happened and West died, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, no, I know how you felt later. I know how you felt later. And then I felt it, and then I felt the whole thing that you felt with Carabao, and I definitely cried about it for sure.
Oh no,
real shit. I cried about it.
like real shit when I was basically like I was tapping into Carabao driving home by myself in the dark in the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night by yourself, alone.
At 1 a.m. in the morning.
Drive back from the studio.
Yeah, talking to Carabao about that was like about his plan. It's like I actually did tear up driving back home, and this is what you really want. Like god damn it. Why are you doing this to me when I'm by myself?
Right. Son of a bitch. Oh man, that was a whole thing.
That was a whole thing. Yeah.
That was a whole thing.
But silver lining, Ragnar's here, and we met, and we kinda not really met yet, but Stoon is born.
Stoon came from.
Stoon did arise. He did arise from y'all's shenanigans.
God, I love Stoon. No, yeah, because I'm thinking about that Beholder fight still, because that's where everything just kind of fell to shit for everyone.
Yeah, so just so you guys know, the official math for it, the Beholder fight is considered an easy challenge.
Yeah, it was supposed to be considered easy.
Yeah, and the thing is I have a personality for the Beholder. He's extremely paranoid, xenophobic, always thinking that everybody is out to get him. Everything is bad. He has to have a backup plan for everything. And also a thing that you guys don't know, that you had hints, but there was one room you didn't explore, but all those hints would have come to fruition.
Whoops.
Yeah, I know. That kind of does suck. I'm like, God dang it! Like, he was experimenting on a lot of very specific things to the
If
campaign.
only we were railroaded. No.
Huh.
That's no fun.
Yeah, so like he had things, and like the message he said was very specific for a very specific reason, um, and it's just like, what would he do? So he was trying to quote unquote collect friends, but as soon as his friend betrayed him, he's like, that's it. Like this paranoid, delusional, mad entity broke because he had a friend who betrayed him. So everything from now on is just going to be death rays. And like the DM didn't want to do that, but that's what he would
you know,
do.
you gotta play to the character.
Yeah, and it hurt, and I couldn't
sucks.
sometimes.
That definitely sucked. And the moment when you asked for the first character sheet to be handed over, I'm like, oh fuck, this is happening. Oh, this is real, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing about that fight too is, it's like we're starting to get the gist of like, oh, he has a anti-magic field. Okay, we need the damagers.
We need the big boys up front.
We need the damagers that does damage non-magically.
Yeah.
Who's that? West, Reefer,
Yeah,
Carabao.
but that motherfucker was
Senvin.
floating like 30 feet in the goddamn air.
Yeah, and then like West, Senvin, Reefer, Carabao.
Yeah, but half
Where's Reefer? Where's Carabao? They're all the way down in the shaft because they're fairly safe.
That fucking deck save. God damn it.
And then
Yeah.
and then Reefer and West. Okay, they're up. I guess that you saved. You
They're
got
fine.
your save.
We're fine. Oh no, we
We're
got
fine.
a roll.
But like,
Yeah.
nope, they're up in the air. Reefer got charmed.
Reefer got charmed. West got charmed. And I'm like, this fucking sucks.
Well, this sucks. And then the only people that can really hit that beholder was the magic users.
Yep. Oh, no, can't do that because he's looking right at you and that magic field right there.
He did it once. He hit him with a spell. And then I got scared for a moment that I thought she was going to die.
That was a big doozy of a fight, guys.
Like
That was a big oopsie doopsie.
I had a thought that like if this happens and it's a TPK, that's it for this campaign.
The campaign's just straight up over on the TPK?
Not on any TPK, on that guy's specific TPK.
Oh, just for that guy. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because he would have had the proper things at his disposal as a fucking brilliant. Because he is a brilliant scientist who has fooled many individuals that are probably smarter than your smartest character into believing what it wants you to believe. So now that it has,
we also have,
it has the book, it has the characters, it has different things that it needed. At that point, it would have had a person from Ravnica, it would have had a person from the Celestial Plane, and depending on how well it can tap into Wes's mind, it would also have Dis. And it's that's it, campaign over.
Boy.
Oh boy, campaign over.
Oh boy.
Bad ending, guys.
We would have to like settle out for a week or two, play just random games, and then be like, okay, this is what happened.
Yes. So what's up now?
I'm sorry, but I have awesome work in the morning, so I'm going to have to say goodnight to everyone.
Very awesome.
Okay. Thanks for
Have
joining.
a wonderful night, everyone. I hope you enjoyed all of our fun talks, but everybody's, I gotta go because work sucks.
That's a mood.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Okay, night, Jess.
Night.
Good night.
Yeah. That was a thought that was going through my head.
Yeah, that's so like 100% that entire storyline, that entire campaign, including what would have been the sequel, would have been just Dunzo.
Yeah.
Wow.
An
That's
holy
aboleth
crap.
that is,
God damn.
I mean, a beholder who has outsmarted an aboleth and has the book that they've been searching for at its disposal, with other things that you guys didn't technically explore, but just to see if you guys remember the entities that were thrown out the top of the tower?
Mm-hmm.
So that beholder is working with those creatures.
Mm. Yeah, do we really need to go back to the under?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm just like, so I think we're gonna really rethink revisiting that.
Like, I mean, so far nothing bad's happened.
I mean, so far, but that's a conversation to revisit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so far nothing has bad happened except
Right now,
that one
we
thing in the ship.
gotta worry about not breaking Fox's ship.
Yes.
That's priority number one.
That's what I'm really worried about right now. Don't fucking break the old man ship.
Oh man. Oh god.
I'm surprised he hasn't come out and tried to shoo the wereshots, like, get the fuck off my ship.
Well, I mean, it's daytime right now.
Oh,
so
true, but
it's
still.
technically daytime.
Yeah.
I still think it'd be funny if you just showed up. Get the fuck off my ship!
Oh man. I think we kind of already discussed this next point.
Yes.
Where like character deaths. The first character death I had, the players were very old school, so like they started taking, like, as soon as a character died, they immediately raided through their magical items. And I'm like, oh shit, is
they
that
just
how that
straight
works?
up looted
Wow.
his body.
They're freaking
Yeah.
looting.
Mm-hmm. They looted his body, and like, well, he's dead. He's not gonna use it anymore. I'm like, I was like rogue, so I'm like, I guess my guy would do that. It just feels so bad. And like, nah, it's fine. And the guy was like, yeah, you can take my stuff. It's like, okay, well, that was like that group had that arrangement, but it was just weird. What would you do? Playing. Okay, so going on to the next topic. I guess more question on you guys' past experiences with death. What is the worst character death you've had, and the best character death? Let's start from the bottom up, I guess this time. So Vic, what is the best character death you've had, and what is the worst character death you've
The
had?
best character death that I've had, like for me, like for one of my characters, or one that I've witnessed.
What? One more time?
Was it for me for characters that I have played as, or maybe like a character that I have witnessed?
Sure.
Because
Tell a story.
It would be probably the first time that I picked up playing 3.5 in a small casual group in community college, and it was like me and 3 other guys, and the one of the players, I think it was the wizard. The wizard, his main flaw was that he was constantly drunk all the time, and so his due to some really bad rolls and how he was failing his skill checks because he was fucking intoxicated, he ended up drunkenly, and I don't know why, decided, oh, we're in the middle of an enemy swarm, I'm going to cast Fireball. And we were in essentially floor to wall to ceiling. It was a wooden shack or a cottage or something. And so everything ignites, including the wizard. And the DM did some some kind of percentage rolls to see what in all happens. And essentially the wizard ends up spontaneously combusting himself and setting the entire building on fire.
Wow.
And everything around it.
We're all right.
And then he's like, so you guys are going to resurrect me, right? We're like, no. No.
No.
No. Let's see. Worst character death. Anyway.
I knew it.
I'm not gonna say it, but I'll say worse in the sense that it made me feel things and cry. Done. I played a lot of casual games, so death wasn't really a thing that we crossed a lot. It was just a lot of stupid ass adventures where we were being stupid. And this is probably like the first campaign where I have felt legitimate emotions that have hurt me playing this game, and I love it. So, Tabitha, anything? Bueller?
Bueller.
I mean, again, this is like again, yeah, I've done casual games too. I've never same hat, never really encountered much worry of death.
So, Sacred World is your first step into
yeah.
Shit, everyone's gonna die.
The closest I ever felt for the hands of death was when we did do a one-shot under Vic as DM.
Oh yeah.
And the group came across a deck of many things.
Yes. A deck of many things.
And the thing is that I knew a little bit. Like, it could easily go wrong, but it was one of those things like, looks at my character's stat sheet, looks at their intelligence.
Oh, she has a 9.
Yeah, she's got a 9 in intelligence. The wizard's talking about how bad it is to, like, pull from it and stuff like that. And my character, I'm going to take 3.
In all fairness, he was hardly a wizard.
I know. But I was like, yeah, no, I'm going to pull 3.
Pull 3 cards. Just do it.
I picked none of the ones that could have possibly screwed me. I was lucky, because then I was like, wow, how badly could this have gone? And I threw the entire deck, and I'm like, oh,
that's really
shit.
Good. Yeah, you could have died.
Yeah, I could have died.
It's fine. It's not like you drew 5 cards.
But yeah, no, with this game, holy crap, it's made me feel a lot of emotions too.
10 out of 10 can confirm Carabao was the worst death we've witnessed.
Yeah, so far. So far.
Wow.
You made us feel things, and I don't like it. So going.
Yeah. Okay.
We can only go up from here.
Yeah, we're literally going up the line.
Yeah, what's up?
Lynn.
Lynn.
Never had a character death or witnessed one.
What?
Wow.
Yep.
What?
Wow.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Hey, Vic.
How did it make you feel when Carabao died?
What?
How did it make you feel when Carabao died?
I mean, I'm not part of the. It made me sad, but I'm not part of the group. I think I was mostly sad for Vic and Tabitha because I was on chat with them when it was happening. I'm like, oh my god.
I'll never forget the next day. What, Jeremiah? You
crying in the club like
Discord. People who watched the
stream were like, "You motherfucker!
You did this."
They were like, press F for Carabao. And like, everyone pressed F, and I was like, F.
Everyone like, all of a sudden, Jeremiah shows up under the Carabao name on the Fantasy Art Discord, and then everybody's like, F.
Well, I can't do anything about that. That's the name.
Hey, it happened, bro. It happened.
Yeah.
It's like, I literally showed Jesus, I guess an old profile of mine, like in YouTube or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's like 10 years ago, and my name there was Carabao. Like,
oh my god.
That this name has been with me for very long.
Yeah, no. I think the word Lee.
Lee.
I mean, since this is your first campaign, you kind of already like gone over your experiences with death in D&D.
She's only experienced the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, You know, honestly, I was thinking about it when I heard the topic, and I was thinking, okay, so obviously we're going to talk about ones that are hard or, affected you. And losing two of our party members, like I cried real tears, I think on the stream. I'm a
Yeah.
big baby. But the one that I was thinking about that I was just kind of going back through and thinking what was like the most emotional, like got the biggest response out of me. And it was the one where we were trying to save the little orphan kids from the city from they were in a pit and the like rogue werewolves were biting them to try to turn them to make a werewolf army, but they were humans, so they were just killing them, essentially just slaughtering them in this worst way. And we were trying so hard to save these kids, and they started turning, and we didn't want to fight the kids, that were trying to attack us all of a sudden. And it was just like this heart-wrenching, horrible, and the inevitable happened, and we pretty much lost them all except for one that I think got away, but we weren't even 100% sure that was successful, and it was just so tough. And that was NPC, but it just reminded me again how emotional this can be, and how, I guess maybe because of the imagination aspect of it or whatever, it just felt so real. And it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Oh man, I didn't even think about NPC death. Now I'm real sad.
I retract my statement.
NPC death.
I immediately retract my statement.
Oh Lord.
Tin deserved better 2020.
Yes, I was gonna say that one. Like, hey, remember the
Tin
show?
deserved better.
The thing that sucks is that you guys didn't see it, and it was all in my head. I was being played because I was rolling the damage that he was taking, and the saves and everything. Because the amulet has the ability to just duplicate. This is an illusion, and nobody physically interacted with the illusion of the amulet. So you all were like, "Oh, it's upstairs," and nope. The whole time I was just killing him underwater.
That upsets me very much.
I'm still hurting from my first campaign with Grayson and his father's death, because he got to see it.
Oof.
And it hurts still. And that was like 3 years ago.
Oh, oof. I remember you telling me about that one.
And then Vic brings it back.
I didn't make you witness anything. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Now go talk to your mother.
No.
That is funny.
No, but like that it was a couple years ago, but that death like messed me up for a long time. It sucked.
It's always fun when things like that happen.
Ugh. It was a nightmare. And like we had to fight him too.
That sucks.
So basically what happened was like the party was like, "Oh, we got a rendezvous with this one person, whatever." So we were in the middle of this marsh area and we see a body, and Grayson's like, "Oh, I'll go check it out." Turns out it's his dad. And he has a mental breakdown, and like his dad was like missing his eyes. It was really messed up for some ritual reasons. But long story short, the big bad of the campaign showed up and was using his father's body and a couple of the party members, like loved ones, like as puppets, and we had to fight them. And it was a nightmare.
That's awful.
It was an absolute nightmare because my character refused to fight his father.
I mean, valid.
Wait,
Yeah.
they're being controlled as puppets. What is this, Naruto? What?
It was like it was a homebrew game, so he had a class called Puppet Master.
Oh,
That
no.
is so fucking baller. I want
So-
that.
so you
I
could-
want those
really
stats.
good though.
I'll ask him, but like
Please,
he has like
please.
this whole like class where you can take like kind of like mannequins almost, and like you can infuse them with magic, and make them like little like kind of puppet thingies. But the bad guy used them for worse purposes, and it was a nightmare.
Yeah. That
Yeesh.
was-
Yeah, so that was awful.
Taking
Don't want to
notes?
relive that.
Oh, it's
I'll
okay.
take notes. I don't need to relive any of that.
Vic, do you have your notebook and your pen ready?
Taking notes as we speak.
Like, yeah, with mine, I guess it's kind of like the same answers because we're kind of like Sacred World games over here.
Sacred
It's like-
World's like so goddamn angsty. I love
It's
it.
like I did, like Vic and Tab, I did play like some casual games here and there. Sacred World, Divide and Conquer Sacred World is really the first game that I have like really narrative and emotions
Yeah, I've been there, been emotionally
being there,
invested.
and props to the DM for feeling us all the things.
Yeah, props to that guy.
Props to that guy. But yeah, Carabal's death really took a toll on me because he was an old character that I brought, and yeah, it wasn't good, but it happens, things happens.
Things happens.
hmm But talking about NPC deaths, just fucking 10, man.
10, real shit, 10, and then it was like 10, and then immediately after it was Dis, and then I was
Yeah,
like,
it
I'm
was
100% not okay right now.
And going back to as well with our first extra live stream.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes, Jeremiah.
Character death with Tabitha's character on the Legend of Zelda one shot.
Yeah,
Like-
that was wonderful.
Like sure,
Dude.
like
hey guys,
sure,
Dude, no, she went down like a fucking champ.
yeah.
That
like-
was amazing.
Like talking about like sure Tabitha's character there, he did die like a champ, like a warrior's death. Let's just say like that.
True warrior
But-
stuff.
But to tell you the truth, the most sad part about that is the miniature that Jesus used for
I
that.
know, I was like, God damn it.
Like not again.
God, God damn it.
I was like, I
was
paid
a good
$10
one-shot.
for this mini. I'm gonna get my money's worth.
That was such a good one shot.
Hey, it's a good mini, but that was a good one shot. That was a really good one shot.
I think I made a wonderful wizard. Thank you very much.
Yes.
I wonder where he was
Pineapple was
modeled
born.
after.
Like Pineapple was born on
Vic, I need to sue you still.
Okay. Yes, what do you mean?
Oh man. Oh, lordy, lordy, lord.
Yeah, but still, Pineapple was born on that.
And now she lives in Jesus' trash
Now she
can.
lives, and yeah, it's stuck in my head forever.
Speaking of was Zora's dying, the worst character death I've ever been a part of was a Zora who also died, and it really felt like the DM wanted to kill a character. Like it was very obvious that the DM just like wanted to kill a character, and their excuse was because they needed more balanced players. But like the idea that the dungeon master or game master chooses upon themselves to kill one of you guys for the sake of the story, like it just feels so horrible. It's I don't know. It's just it's shitty.
Yeah.
No, coincidentally, it was legitimately also a Zora, and it was a Legend of Zelda campaign that we were playing. But yeah, no, it feels bad because that's when it felt like the DM versus the player, not not this is a collective story that we're all telling together.
Yeah, I agree with Tadpole here. It feels like bullying, honestly, when a DM does that.
Yeah, no, agreed. Yeah, no, it's a completely agree.
Yeah, it's not fun.
I don't know about the best character death though. I don't know of anyone that like comes to mind. That
Nothing?
no, because they've all like not that there is a best.
Clearly, I'm not trying hard enough.
I've not played D&D enough like to or played. That's the keyword.
Okay,
Enough
that
to
you play this whole plane. Okay.
yeah that I've had.
I was gonna say, like, for you as a DM to witness, to be like, well, clearly I need to try harder.
I've had debts that have always lived with me. Uh, Carabal's is God. I can't that one. Osiris in the Harry Potter game.
Yeah.
Ferris in the Harry Potter game.
Ferris.
That one was like shit. Because that one felt like it wasn't. It was a group decision to do something, and that's very hard when because everybody's new to D&D. They're like, your actions have consequences. You came here picking a fight with stolen information about a rivalry that you have nothing to do with, and you were refusing to leave without something that was not yours. Like, you went in for a fight that you were not prepared for, and after being told, please leave, this is not worth it, and being so like overly patient when saying, you just killed my entire family and I'm giving you a choice to leave, and the players are like, no, fireball. I'm like, all right, it's on. He's not going to give up. And then the players are like, holy fuck, this guy could kill all of us right now, and only chose to kill one. And it was
that's always a feeling.
That was like a fuck. And even one of the players at the end, I think it was Lee, like in character, was like, what did we accomplish? What did we learn? Nothing. We came here just to have one of our friends get killed. And it was like, shit.
Damn,
like,
Bones.
Yeah, and it was like, fuck. Like, as a DM, then I was like, oh my god, did I write a bad game? That, like, should I have, like, and at the end I was like, no, you guys, and we all decided, like, talked about it, and like, no, you guys walked in, you guys picked the fight, and you were given many chances to leave, and you guys chose to fight. And I was like, shit, that was a this is it's real life. It shit happens sometimes. Moment. I was like, god damn. But in the past, previous to these characters, I don't know. I don't know. I can't.
Like with you telling the story about that vampire fight.
Yeah.
It just kind of reminded me too with what Reefer tried to do.
Oh god damn it! Fucking trying to fight Rolf. That was a thing.
Trying to fight a god.
Oh man, I applaud him so hard for that. Like,
No.
you dumb motherfucker, but goddamn you fucker.
It's yeah, I knowing better. By the way, she has multiple attacks.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
She only attacked one time, and it was a
Correct.
melee base attack, her weakest one, and it was 90 something points of damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
That immediately bloodied him almost to death.
yeah,
Yep.
he almost died. And if I wanted to use optimal rules, it would be like, I need death saves, motherfucker, cause that constitutes by official rules insta death.
Yep.
But I don't want to do that because I Dickie knows who that girl is. Dickie,
Oh yeah, of
Dickie
course
knows.
he does.
Dickie knows. Dickie knows more about the lore than I do. So I was like, what are you doing? Are you trying to see how much you can get away with? What is going through, like, is the player trying to see what can they do, or is the character really
I think he was
going
playing
to
a Reefer.
Yeah, I was like, but I also that's I want to talk to him about it. It's like, Reefer has turned down fights. This person was not threatening Reefer. This person just helped Reefer. Why did Reefer charge in? Reefer is smart. Reefer has been in a lot of fights and knows what he's capable of doing, which is astonishing. But Reefer knows how to read a fight. So what was going down through Reefer's head as he charged in and fucking almost got killed?
Tapped him on the shoulder and almost died.
Yeah, I mean it was a light little kiss with some fangs.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know.
So yeah, it's always a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing. I
It's
can't
a-
wait
it's a-
for. I shouldn't word it like this, but I'm just saying I cannot wait for Horde of the Dragon Queen to get to the start to have fights that are a little bit more. I guess I should say, oh shit, but
Yeah.
I guess
Life
fights
threatening.
fights that make you really, I guess, think about things and go, oh fuck, that's a thing that happened.
Because in Horde, I think we all like to roleplay, and we roleplay a lot. And
Yeah.
and the DM is very gracious as to, like, you do you, as long as you want to do it. So, and because we're following a module, and because we're what's we call it? We're getting XP when we hit certain milestones in the module. The more, not saying this in any negative way, but the more we role play, and the more we don't go to what the book says, the more the slower it is that we will level up. So once we start getting to those points, it's going to be very interesting because, spoiler alert, Tiamat's a thing.
Yeah.
So like,
Is he now?
I don't think he is.
That's fine.
It's
We're
fine.
gonna-
Grayson's more afraid of his mother.
Yeah. Rhoda has the higher challenge rating.
Honestly, yes.
Oh man. Well,
No,
it's getting
yeah,
to that point of the night.
Yes.
It's getting there. I do want to close with this, and then anything else that you guys want to say after, please do. But
I had questions that
What
were
up?
handed to me.
What's up? What's the question?
Oh no, hold on. Let me pull them back up. You keep talking. Keep
Oh, I
keep
was-
riffing for me, bro.
I was gonna do a closer, but like I can't do
Oh,
a
you're doing a
closer if
closer?
you're
Hold
gonna
on.
do
Fucking hell.
questions.
Hold on. I'm trying to find them.
We're holding the on.
Huh?
On is what we are holding.
Hold the on, please.
Hold the on.
Hold the on. So
How do you spell on?
So
O
this is
N.
for this is for a person that doesn't get the opportunity to watch us live, but he likes to watch us and like re-listen to us the day after as
Okay.
we're
cool?
like during. Get the
Mhm.
over here. Downloading files is a pain.
Yeah, it can be.
Let me do a thing.
Downloading.
Speaking of watching, if you can't watch us live, yeah, these videos do get edited and put on YouTube.
Yes, they do.
YouTube.com/Divide and Conquer. And we also put
Links
these
down below.
Yeah, link is down below. We also put this on Spotify, and on Anchor. So if you have a long commute to work and you just can't get enough of our sexy voices, which
Sexy voices.
all the sex voices.
Yes.
You can you can listen to us on those things. Which I know that some people have told me that they before we had Spotify, they were like, "Oh, I like listening to you guys because, like, you know, when I'm at work and doing stuff, like, it's just I put you guys in the background." I'm like, "Oh, Spotify would be so much better for this." And then we got a
Yeah.
Spotify.
We do have Spotify. Yes, we
do.
do. We should
Yeah,
we
we
should
are.
broadcast that a little more. Our Spotify.
I think I do it at the beginning of every episode that we do.
Do you?
I think I do. I don't know. Do
I
I?
don't know either, bro.
Do I? Do you have a question?
I do have a question. I just pulled them up. Okay, so hello to whoever is reading this. Thank you for taking your time to see my sleep-deprived rambling. And before you comment on me getting more sleep or going to bed, I get a solid 4 hours every night. So hush and drink your water.
You should always
Yes,
drink your water.
Professor.
Always drink your water.
All right, let's see. Let me. I'm gonna pick a random question here. I have exactly 6 questions. Die for this, as per Dungeons and Dragons.
Mhm.
Let me roll
You
a
have
D6.
6?
Hold on, I'm gonna roll a D6.
6?
Hold on.
6. 6?
26. I rolled a 6.
There you go.
So out of a list of 6 questions, I think I'll stagnate these out the next few episodes. So
Okay.
number 6. So did you buy more dice again?
No.
No.
I haven't.
I have a specific rule now about dice that is keeping me from buying more. Unlike someone in our fucking Harry Potter game who she likes to give everybody stuff all the gosh damn time, and now everybody has 15 sets of dice, and then where everybody unanimously said, hey, please, yo dog, could you like not give me more dice? And then guess what she did? More dice.
Yeah, she gave me three sets of dice.
Oh man, that's so nice.
That I'm
Yeah,
using
she's fucking
for
amazing. Yeah.
3 sets of candies that I'm using for Leon, and I'm not gonna say anything. That's one, but yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, yeah,
cursed.
so,
They're very cursed.
Yeah, so in chat, in case we ever buy more dice, in the off chance, we have somebody in chat who sells chainmail dice bags, and you can go check out her Etsy. I believe it's Queen Chain Designs on Etsy. If you want to go check her out.
Cool.
Yas.
Yes, Queen. Yes.
Yeah, it's all right. So that's all for the questions.
Yeah.
I'll read it.
Just so you guys know, I have my new rule on dice because I've always had dice, and always I've always had a very specific thing about dice. But my new one is I only have a specific type of dice. So if I have like my original set that I've had since I began D&D, my Shiryu, my boy's always there, but I have a set of gems dice, I have stone dice, I have your regular metal dice, I have silver dice, so wooden dice, so like the materials cannot be the same.
Yes.
So if I already have that set of material dice, I have to choose which one is greater, which one will I sacrifice, and then I put into the community pool. It just keeps me from fucking hoarding, because theoretically I have like 70 sets of fucking dice.
That's amazing.
That's not a lot.
Horrible.
I have one,
Yes.
2. I have 4. I think that's it.
1, 2, 3, 4,
One.
5. I have 6 sets of dice currently.
I have 5.
And-
I lied.
One moment. Hey Tabitha, how many sets of dice do you have? I don't know how many sets I have, but I have like. She has 90 dice total. She doesn't know how many there are sets.
Oh my god.
97.
Like
I have my first set of
This
dice
is
tattooed
real.
on my arm.
Are you serious? That's fucking dope, dude.
You've never seen that?
No, because I've never seen you in person.
I'm on the Roll20.
Yeah, as a tiny little screen on a corner, dude.
Smaller than you already are.
Yeah, I've got my very first set of dice tattooed on my arm, like the entire set, and I have a nat 20.
Nice. I'm gonna get some dice tattooed on myself.
I also have a pirate tattoo on the back of my neck.
Hell
Oh my
yeah.
god.
We still need
You're
to go
already on
out.
brand.
We need to go and get our hopefully, if we don't fail as a company, our D&C tats. It'll be horrible if we all get them and then the next month or so, like, hey, the company went bankrupt and we're no longer doing this anymore.
And I mean,
That would suck.
I'd be fine with it as long as we're all still friends.
That's the only reason why we would go bankrupt, because we're not friends.
We're not friends anymore.
We're not
We're not
friends.
friends.
Companies
Please.
change.
My heart can't take that.
No. No, that's yeah. I like the last question of the night.
Yeah, I'm
Thank you.
gonna
Thank
save
you.
those for last questions.
My
of the night.
dice is
you, Prof.
my set of, I have 10, including Carabao's retired dice.
Oh.
I do like
Like,
that
I
you
told-
retired your
I have-
dice. I know
I
other
have-
people
Yeah, I
have done
told
that.
you. I told Jesus that I retired Carabao's dice, put them in a bag, and they're in the table, like in a little altar.
Yeah, I do like
hurts
that.
me
That's
so
that's
much.
nice.
Yeah,
I
I
might,
have 6 sets of dice currently. I have them actually right at the moment. I have like at least 4 of the sets, I have them separated between West dice and Dis dice. So I'll have the dice I roll for West when he's not raging, and then I'll have the dice I roll for him when he is raging.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
Perfect.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Well, the Queen Chain Design says that the biggest bag can hold 4 sets, which is cool.
4 sets, nice.
Well, it says 4. I assume that means 4 sets. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
did
Yeah,
expect
4
more.
sets.
Yeah.
I would, yeah.
Yes.
I can be corrected on that. Don't quote me. I'm not.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Just
yes.
yes.
You said yes.
Yes. Yes.
So
yes, 4. Yes,
yes,
4.
4. Yes. Queen 4.
4,
yes.
yes.
Yes, King. Wanted to close by saying this. In such a amazing community that Dungeons and Dragons is, well, not necessarily just D&D, but any No, Lynn, I've never noticed your fucking tattoos. Those look amazing. That's really cool. So
Sexy tattoos, nice.
our behind the scenes group chat. Those look really cool. I like the fishy. So as an amazing thing that this is, and how friends can just grow and grow, especially with things like D&D, where you explore so many emotions, and it's, I remember it's like the emotions I had when this person died were very real, and some, even though it sucks, I think sometimes maybe in a way that we never expect, but character deaths can help us deal with other shit. It can help us with our own views on mortality, whether we lean forward or try to run away from those feelings. Some struggles of my own that I've had with it, that I won't talk for other people, but like just like bad thoughts with depression and suicide and etc. like that. These character deaths have helped cope with those things, have helped you see what's beyond the void, and like in maybe a cathartic way assist with something like that, or help you in your own life. It's really cool that through this theoretical game and with this theater of the mind, we can explore all aspects of life, including death, which is awesome and beautiful.
Yeah, I 100% agree with this, because I think
do too.
the one thing I think through my life before finding friends to play Dungeons and Dragons with was just that sense of wanting to have an adventure and to go places that challenged myself with people that I could forge really strong bonds with, and I'm very glad that I found that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, not everyone talk at once, jeez.
I said, yeah, that's...
Gosh.
God, just
Yeah,
pour my soul out here.
I just poured my soul out to all of you, and you motherfuckers just leave me on the floor.
Isn't that when you died you were anyway, just on the floor?
What?
Nothing.
No, I genuinely did not hear you.
Oh, I was like, isn't that what happened when you died? You were just on the floor.
Yes. I just died on the floor.
We got a request from chat to put you on hold, Vic. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
put you on
okay,
hold,
that's fine.
and-
That's expected.
Nope, don't Vic's on hold. I can't hear him. Can't hear him whatsoever. But alrighty then. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us through this morbid adventure through character thoughts and death and whatnot.
Yes.
As we try to how do I say have a more cohesive stream and a podcast, as every single day is a little bit better. But yeah, I definitely do enjoy these, and I can't wait for the next one. I really can't.
Yes.
But
Yes.
all right, thank you guys so much for listening. We will say our group adios.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you, thank
everybody.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.